Hi everyone. So in this lecture we are going to study about ratios. So what do you mean by ratio? Ratio is the comparison between two quantities and the quantities should be of same kind. This is a very important line. Two or more quantities of the same kind. The quantities should be of same kind. This is what we mean by ratio. Let's just say I take a ratio between 5 kg books to the ratio of 20 kg men. 20 kg men. So this ratio is defined. Okay. If I say 5 kg books and 20 liter milk, there is no meaning of this ratio. So this has the unit kg, this has the unit milk. So there is no meaning of this. Okay. So both should be of same kind, then only ratio is defined. So let's see very simple things, very simple things. Simplify 12 ratio 16. What you can write? Those will be cut by a number 3. That would be, so not by 3. It would be cancelled by 4. So 3 ratio 4. 7 ratio 8 will be 7 ratio 8 only. It will not get cancelled because 7 and 8 are co-prime numbers. 5 ratio 10. It will be 1 ratio 2. Okay. Now you have to find the ratio between 150 liter milk, 150 liter milk and 50 liter water. So that would be 3 ratio 1, right? It would be cancelled by 50. So 3 ratio 1. 150 liter milk and 20 kg books. 20 kg books, not even defined. Not defined. The quantity should be of same kind. 25 minutes and 800 seconds. So we have to define the ratio in the same unit. So I will convert 25 minutes into seconds. So 25 into 60 seconds, ratio 800. So this would be 150 1500 ratio 800. So it would be 15 ratio 8. Okay. Now they are asking which ratio is greater. Ratio is simply division only, right? Ratio is division only. So which ratio is greater? This is what they are asking. So let's first solve it. So what we will get here? 7 by 3 ratio 9 by 3. So what is the ratio here? 7 ratio 9 versus what we are getting? 3.6 ratio 4.8. That can be written as 36 ratio 48. So this would be 3 ratio 4. It would be cancelled by 12, right? So basically your task is 7 by 9 versus 3 by 4. So you have the calculator, you can do it on your own. But if you do not have calculator, how will you do it? Your target would be to make that denominator same. You need to make that denominator same. So how you can make denominator same? By multiplying a certain number. By multiplying a certain number on both of the side. Our target is to make the denominator same. So what do? I multiply 4 here. I multiply this number by 4 by 4. And I multiply this number by 9 by 9. Right? Because if 4 by 4 is 1 only, I can do this thing. So what this would be? 28 by 36 versus 27 by 36. So which number is greater? 28 or 27? Because denominator is same. Now from numerator only you can tell the conclusion. So this number is greater. What was this number? This ratio. So this ratio is greater. That's it. So which ratio was greater? 7 ratio 9. And 7 ratio 9 came from what? This one. So this ratio is greater. Okay. Well and good. Very simple questions. You have to simplify this. The ratio given is 1 by 3 ratio 1 by 8. 1 by 3 ratio 1 by 8 ratio 1 by 6. So in ratio you can multiply the same number. Let's just say my ratio is 2 ratio 3. If I multiply 4 on both of the side, so my ratio will be 8 ratio 12. Is that the same? Yeah, it is same only. It can be cancelled by 4 again. So you can multiply the same number. Now what I have to do? I have to make those ratio into integer. This is my target, that the ratios should look into integer. This is my target. I need to make them integers. So what I can do? I will multiply by the same number. I will multiply here by the same number. Now what that number should be? That number should be such that it is perfectly divisible by 3, 8 and 6. Then only by multiplication they will be an integer, right? Let's just say I am saying that if I multiply 1 by 3 by 12, then it will be an integer. That means 3 will perfectly divide 12. So similarly 8 should perfectly divide that number and 6 should perfectly divide that number. That means you are looking for the LCM. So you are looking for the LCM of 3, 8 and 6. You need the smallest number which will be perfectly divided by 3, 8 and 6. What is that? That would be 4 into 2 here, 3 into 2 here, and this is 3. So 4 into 2 into 3. So this will be 24. It was very easy, although I should not have done by this method. It was very easy. 24 it would be. So you can multiply by 24 on all the sides. 1 by 8 into 24. If I am multiplying by the same number, there is no issue about that, right? So what this would be? 8. What this would be? 3. And what this would be? 4. Right? So 1 by 3 ratio, 1 by 8 ratio, 1 by 6 can be written as 8 ratio 3 ratio 4. Very easy. Okay. Let's see some questions. You have 10 books. Ram and Shyam gets the books in the ratio of 2 ratio 3. How many books Ram will get? Very easy questions. These are very easy questions, and don't skip the video completely because we will see good questions as well. These are just for building your basics. We will see good questions as well, so don't skip the video fully. Okay, in the end you will see a lot of good problems. So in this video we are going to study about ratio, proportion, partnership, allegation and mixture. Everything we will study in one video only. So your 10 books and books gets divided in 2 ratio 3. So basically this is Ram and this is Shyam. So basically what does this represent? If you had 5 books, 2 books Ram would get, and if you had 5 books, 3 books Shyam would get. Now you are having 10 books. That means multiply by 10, this much book Ram will get, and multiply by 10, this much book Shyam will get. So how much books Ram will get? 4. And how much books Shyam will get? 6. That's it. So Shyam will get 6 books, Ram will get 4 books. So Ram is having 4 books and Shyam is having 6 books. What is the ratio? 2 ratio 3 only. So this is correct. If you had 5 books, Ram would get 2 books. If you had 5 books, Shyam would get 3 books. But you are having 10 books. That means this will get 6 books and this will get 4 books. So 4 ratio 6. That's it. Questions are not visible. The ratio of the books Ram and Shyam having is 3 ratio 5. Shyam is having 20 books. So how many books Ram is having? Look, if you had 8 books, what is the ratio? Ram ratio Ramesh. That is 3 ratio 5. So if Ramesh was having 3 books, if Ramesh was having 5 books, then Ram was having 3 books. If Ramesh was having 1 book, then how many books Ram would be having? 3 by 5, right? Ramesh 5, then Ram 3. Ramesh 1, then Ram 3 by 5. Now Ram and Ramesh. Here I have written Shyam. So this should be replaced by Ramesh. Now Ramesh is having 20 books. Ramesh is having 20 books. So how much books Ram will have? Ram will have 3 by 5 into 20. And that will be 12. So Ram is having 12 and Ramesh is having 20. And what do you think? What is the ratio now? 12 ratio 20. It will be cancelled by 4. 3 ratio 5. So this is the answer. Very easy question. This is just to build the basic concept, nothing else. Okay. So Ram weighs 56.7 kg. The weight of Ram is 57.6 kg. If he reduces his weight in 7 ratio 6, what does that mean? If his weight was 7 kg, he has made his weight to be 6 kg. If his weight was 1 kg, then he has made his weight to be 6 by 7 kg. And if his weight is 56.7 kg, that means he has made his weight to be 6 by 7 6 by 7 into 56.7. So that would be 8.1, 48.1, 48.8 actually, 48.6 actually. Yeah, 48.6 kg. So he has reduced his weight to 48.6 kg. Reduced his weight in the ratio 7:6. So if it was 7, it would have been 6. If it is 1, it would have been 6 by 7. If it is 56.7, now it is 48.6. Well and good, very easy, no doubt about it. Okay, let's move to the next problem. The ratio of number of boys to the number of girls in a school of 720 students is 3:5. So ratio is 3:5. So I can say that, let's just say girls are ratio of boys to the number of girls. So girls are 5x, then boys are 3x. Say yes or no? Boys are 3x. And total students are 720. Total students are 720. 3:5. So 8x is equals to 720. So x is equals to 90. That means girls are 450 and boys are 270. This was the scene. Now, if 18 new girls are admitted in the school, then find how many new boys must be admitted such that the ratio of the boys to the ratio of the number of girls may changes to 2:3. So this was the girls. Now 18 new girls are added. So total girls are 468. Now how many guys should be added? How many guys should be added such that this ratio 468 divided by 270 plus x becomes 3:2, because number of boys to the number of girls. So girls is 3/2. Are you getting this point? Initially there are 5x girls and 3x boys. This is what we assumed, and then they are saying total 720 are there. So x value we are getting 90. That means there are 450 girls and 270 boys. Now 18 girls are newly added. So now the girls are 468 and boys would be 270 plus x. Now the new ratio should look like 3:2. This is the answer. So what we will get as x. So let me calculate that. So I will calculate it and write down the answer. So after solving, value of x we get is 42. Very simple question. Good questions will also come. Okay, don't think that I am going to teach only these easy things only. Certainly a lot of good questions will come. So initially we are just covering the basic part, so you can skip this part as well, but good questions will certainly come. So the monthly incomes of 2 persons are in the ratio 4:5. So incomes are in the ratio 4:5. So I can say that incomes are 4x and 5x. If their expenditure are in 7:9, then each saves 50 rupees per month. What is their monthly income? Okay. So this was their income. And if I subtract 50 rupees from them, this is their income. And if I subtract 50 rupees from them, then what is the ratio I will get? Ratio of expenditure. Say yes or no. Let's just say I was earning 100 rupees and I was saving 20 rupees. Then what was my expenditure? 80 rupees, right? This was my earning and this was my saving. So how much I was spending? 80 rupees. So this was my expenditure. So earning minus saving is your expenditure. So earning is 4x minus saving is 50. So this is my expenditure, right? This is my expenditure. From here I can solve the equation. So what do I get? 450 minus 350. So x value we are getting is 100. So incomes are 400 and 500. So basically this guy was spending 350 and this guy was spending 450. So what is the ratio? 7:9 only, right? So this is how you can check as well. So this was the earning. So this is the answer. Easy question, very easy question. Good questions will come, no doubt. No, don't worry. These are easy only. The ratio of the price of two houses 16:23. 2 years later, when the price of the first increased by 10%, and then that second, and then at that of the second by 477 rupees, the ratio become 11:20. The original price were okay. So these were the original price. The first one got increased by 10%. Increased by 10%. So what is 10% of 16x? That is 1.6. So it is increased by 10%. And for the other one, it is increased by 477 rupees. Increased by 10%. Let's just say I was having 100 rupees. Now my salary got increased by 10%. That means 10% of 100. 10% of 100. So 100 plus 10, 110. So similarly, 16x plus 1.6x. Okay. Now the new ratio has become 11 ratio 20. 11 ratio 20. So 17.6 into 20. 17.6 into 20. This would be 17.6 into 20. 352x is equals to 23 into 11. 253x plus 477 into 11. Now this would be 99x. So x would be 477 by 9. 477 by 9. 53. Now what they are asking? Find the original price. Find the original prices. So that would be 16 into 53 and 23 into 53. I know these questions are very basics and you are very comfortable with these kind of problems, but good questions will come. Okay. You can skip to the good questions part. This is the advantage of recorded classes actually. This is also basic one. Find in what ratio will the total wage of a worker of a factory be increased or decreased if there be a reduction in the number of workers in the ratio 15 ratio 11 and increment in their wages in ratio 22 ratio 25. So this is a good question actually. Find the ratio. Find in what ratio will the total wages of worker of a factory be increased or decreased if there is a reduction in number of workers in the ratio 15 ratio 11. Okay. So initially, let's just say initially there were 15x worker. Okay. So now how many workers are there? 11x worker are there. And initially they were getting 22y rupees. This was their wage. Now how much they are getting? 25 rupees, 25y rupees. Okay. So in what ratio will the total wages of workers of a factory be increased or decreased? Total wage. Total wages of the worker. So what was the total? There were 15x worker and this was their wage. This much they were earning. If there is a reduction in the number of an increment in their wages in the ratio 22 ratio 25. So there is an increment in the wages. So initially one worker was earning 22 into y and 15x worker would have been earning. This was the total wage. This was the total wage. 15x worker were there and one guy was earning 22y. So this is the total wage, right? And now what is the total wage? Now what is the total wage? That is 11x into 25y. This is the total wage now. So 22 into 15, 22 into 15, this is 330 and 25 into 11 to 11, this is 275. So the total wage has decreased. Total wage has decreased, right? Total wage has decreased. So what is the new ratio? That is 15 into 22 ratio 11 into 25. Because xy will get cancelled only, right? So this is the new ratio which we can calculate. 3 and this is 2. So 6 ratio 5. So this total wage has decreased. Okay. So initially they were getting 6 rupees. Now they are getting 5 rupees. So let's move to the next problem now. Let's see this one. The ratio of the age of man and his wife is 4 ratio 3. So man is 4x and his wife is 3x. The ratio will be 9:7. After 4 years, the ratio will be 9:7. So after 4 years, the man will be of this age and wife will be of this age after 4 years. After 4 years, man will be of this age and wife will be of this age, and the ratio becomes 9:7. So basically 28x plus 28, 27x plus 36. So x is equals to 8. So basically currently the man is of 32 and wife is of 24. Okay, now what they are saying, if at the time of their marriage their ratio was 5:3, at the time of their marriage the ratio was 5:3. So when they get married, then how many years ago they get married? So let's just say they get married, they get married y years ago, y years ago, y years ago. Then the ratio, then the at the time of their marriage the ratio of their age was 5:3. So y years ago the man was of 32 minus y and woman was of 24 minus y. Y years ago the man was of 32 minus y and woman was of 24 minus y, and at that time the ratio was 5:3, right? So this would be 96 minus 3y is equals to 120 minus 5y. So 2y is equals to 24. So y is equals to 12 years. So they get married 12 years back. Okay, Rajasthan. Please don't get offended. Don't get offended by this, because the girl is getting married at 12 only. I too also am from Rajasthan. Okay, and I am 23, still not married. So in older time it used to happen, right? So please don't get offended. I did not mean to offend anyone. I too am from Rajasthan, so I will take this joke as lightly only. So let's move on to the next part. The reduction in the speed of an engine is directly proportional. This is a very good question. This is not related to any ratio, proportion, any chapter. This is a simple aptitude problem. So these kind of problems can come in your examination. So read it carefully and then answer. The reduction in the speed of an engine is directly proportional to the square of the number of bogies attached to it. Reduction in speed. Reduction in speed is proportional to bogies, right? This is what they are saying. Now what they are saying, the speed of train at 100 km per hour is when there are 4 bogies, and the speed of train is 100 km per hour when there are 4 bogies, and 55 km per hour when there are 5 bogies. Then what should be the maximum number of bogies that can be attached to the train so that the train can move? So what do you think? What I can write? What is given? Reduction in speed. This is what is given. Reduction in speed is given, right? So you don't know what was the initial speed. Here you cannot write that 100 kmph is proportional to 4 square, nothing like that. Reduction in speed is proportional to the number of bogies. Reduction in speed. So initial speed, let's just say initial speed, we don't know. Initial speed was 180. Why I am saying 180? Initial speed was x. Initial speed was x. Now the speed of train is 100 km per hour when there are 4 bogies. So initial speed was x. Now the speed is 100. So how much? Let's just say initial speed was 200, not 200. Let's just say initial speed was 160, and now the speed is 100. So how much is the reduction? 160 minus 100, right? So initial speed was x. Now the speed is 100. So this much reduction is there, which is proportional to the number of bogies. Bogies square, right? Square of the numbers. Yeah, bogies square. So which is proportional to 16. 4 square is 16. So x minus 100 is 16k, right? Now what they are saying, if speed has become 55 kmph, that means from x to 55 kmph if it has become, then the speed will be then when there are 5 bogies, so x minus 55 is equals to 25k. Did you understand these two equations? This was the most important part of this problem. Like first step was the most important, that what should we write? 100 kmph, 4 bogies. So is there any relation? The relation is the reduction in the speed. Reduction in the speed. Initially the speed was x, now the speed is 100. So reduction in the speed is x minus 100, which is proportional to 16. So x minus 100 is equals to 16k, x minus 55 is equals to 25k. So basically from here you will get the value of k. 9k is equals to 45. Right? This and this I am getting, I am subtracting it. So yeah, 9k is equals to 45. So k is equals to 5. K is equals to 5. Now what will be x? X minus 100 is equals to k is 5, so 80. So x is 180. Basically x is 180. X is 180. So the initial speed was 180 kmph. It was running at 180 kmph. Now what they are saying, what is the maximum number of bogies that can be attached to the train so that it can move? So that it can move. So let's add a page. Where are we? Yeah, so yeah, here I have the page. Okay. So initial speed was 180 kmph, right? Now I don't want a train to move. What is the maximum number of bogies that can be attached so that the train can move? So we have to find that threshold. We need to find when the train will not move. If the reduction in speed is, if the reduction in speed is 180 kmph, then train will not move, right? Then train will not move. Say yes or no? So I need to make the reduction equals to 180 kmph. So when the reduction is 180 kmph, at that time, how many number of bogies should be connected? And value of k also I know. Bogies should be b. Value of k also I know, that is 5. So from here what do you get? B equals to 6. So if 6 bogies are there, that shows that if 6 bogies are there, then train will not move. Then train will not move, right? So how many possible number of bogies are there? What they are asking, what is the maximum number of bogies that can be attached to the train so that it can move? It has to move. If you connect 6, it will not move. So you have to connect only 5, right? If you connect 6, it will not move. So you have to connect only 5. So 5 is the answer. 6 number, if 6 bogies are there, the train will not move. So maximum we can connect 5. Maximum we can connect 5. So this is the answer. Answer is this. So what is the maximum number of bogies that you can attach? Did you understand this problem? Reduction in speed was proportional to the bogies. So initial speed, the maximum speed was x. So from there we got to know that it was running at 180 kmph. Now you need, if you completely reduct the speed, that means if the speed is 0, at that time the train will not go. So how much reduction is there? That is 180. And 180 is the reduction, then what is the number of bogies you can attach? That is 6. So if you attach 6, it will not move. So you have to attach 5 only, right? Let's see the next question. This is also good question, not based on any ratio, proportion, anything like that. This is simple aptitude problem. Okay, straightforward aptitude problem. The cost of diamond varies with the square of its weight. So the cost varies with the square of weight. So the cost is k into weight square. This I can write. Now diamond broke into four pieces with weights ratio 1:2:3:4. Let's just say if the total weight was 10 kg. If total weight was 10 kg, now it has broken into 1 kg, 2 kg, 3 kg and 4 kg. If total weight was 10 kg, now it has broken into 1 kg, 2 kg and 3 kg and 4 kg. Now when the pieces were sold, the merchant got 70,000 less than what was the original price of the diamond. Now how the pieces will be sold? 1 kg piece, 2 kg piece, 3 kg piece, 4 kg piece. In this manner it will be sold, right? So what will be the cost, total cost? K into 1 square. This is how 1 kg piece will be sold. K into 2 square. This is how 2 kg piece will be sold. Plus K into 3 square. This is how 3 kg piece will be sold. Plus K into 4 square. This is how 4 kg piece will be sold. Both will be sold separately. So how much you get? 16 plus 9. 16 plus 9, 25 plus 4, 30k. So now the guy is getting 30k rupees. Cost, he is getting 30k after selling pieces. After selling pieces. But what was the actual cost? What was the actual cost? Actual cost was K into the actual weight. The actual weight was 10 kg. Actual weight was 10 kg, right? So the actual weight was 10 kg. So the actual cost was 100k. This was the actual cost. So something was of 100k, but he sold in 30k. Something was of 100k, but he sold in 30k. 100k, but he sold it in 30k. So what is the loss? 70,000. Because he got 70,000 less, that means the loss was 70,000. The loss was 70,000. That means the value of K is 1000. The value of K is 1000. So from here you got the value of K, and if you have the value of K, that means what was the actual cost? 1000 into 100. 1000 into 100, that means 1 lakh. 1000 into 100, that is 1 lakh. So what was the actual cost? Actual cost was 1 lakh rupees. The actual cost was 1 lakh rupees, but he has to sell it in 30,000. Are you understanding the point? This was a good question as well. Based on simple aptitude. Why I am dealing these problems? Because these kind of problems have been asked. It is proportional to the square, it is proportional to the linear relation. So these kind of problems have been asked. So these are the two problems that I picked. This is not related to ratio, proportion, anything, just a simple aptitude problem. So I hope your concept is clear now, how you will solve these kind of problems, right? Let's move to next problem. Now these are based on ratio, proportion and ratio and proportions only. Okay. So total salary of A, B, C is 350 rupees. If they spend 75%, 80% and 50% of their salaries respectively, their savings are as 10, 12 and 33 ratio. The salary of C, okay, very simple. The salary of A, B, C is, let's just say their salary are in ratio A, ratio B, ratio C. This is the ratio. So I am saying that salary of A is A, salary of B is B and salary of C is C. This is 350. If they have spent, if A has spent 75%, then how much percent he is left with? If you have covered percentage chapter, then it is good. If you haven't covered, then it will be covered in the next chapter only, or you can cover it before as well. So if he has spent 75%, that means he is left with 25% only. So 25% of A, 25% of A. So he is left with 25% only, and he is left with 20% only. This guy is left with 20% only, and other guy is left with 44% only. Then this ratio is 10 ratio 12 ratio 33. 10 ratio 12 ratio 33. Okay. So basically, if A is this guy is saving 10x rupees. Basically, this guy is saving 10x rupees, this guy is saving 12x rupees, and this guy is saving 33x rupees, right? So 0.25 A is equals to 10x, because A is saving 10x rupees. And actually, how much A is saving? 25% of his earning. So that A is equals to 40x. Say yes or no. What about B? B is saving 20%. B is saving 20%. So 20% of his salary, that is equals to 12x. This is 1 by 5, so B is equals to 60x. What about C? C is saving 44%. This is 33 divided by 0.44, 75. So C is 75x. These are the values of A, B, C. These are the values of A, B, C and A, B and C. Now what they are saying, these are the values of A, B, C. That means this is the earning of A, B, C. A was earning 40x rupees, B was earning 60x rupees and C was earning 75x rupees, and total it was combined 350. So 175. So x is equals to 2. X is equals to 2. So how much C is earning? C is earning is 75 into 2, 150. So C is earning 150 rupees. Very simple question, very simple question, very straightforward. C was earning. So first we consider ABC was earning ABC rupees only. So A plus B plus C is 350. Now they are spending 75%, that means they are saving 0.25, 0.20 and 0.44C. And their salaries are, their savings are in the ratio 10x, 12x and 33x. So 0.25 A is equals to 10x, 0.44 C is equals to 33x and 0.20 B is equals to 12x. Because this is what they are saving. So from here we got to know the value of ABC in terms of x. Then we found the value of x, so we got to know the salary of C is 150 rupees. Well and good. Let's see proportion. Proportion means equalizing two ratios. That's it. Equalizing two ratios. A by B is a ratio, C by D is a ratio. Both equalized. Basically 3:4 is equals to 12:16. Say yes or no. So that's it. This is what we mean by proportion. Two ratios equalized. Now there is very important rules in case of proportion. So if A by B is equals to C by D, so what you can do, you can add 1 on both of the side. So what you will get? A by B plus 1 is equals to C by D plus 1. So A plus B by B is equals to C plus D by D. This would be A plus B by B is equals to C plus D by D. If you subtract 1 from both of the side, what you will get? A by B minus 1. So A minus B by B and C minus D by D. And then you divide both of the equation, what you will get? A plus B divided by A minus B is equals to C plus D divided by C minus D. So this rule is known as compodendo and dividendo. Compodendo and dividendo. Compodendo and dividendo. Dividendo. So sometimes it can be useful for you to remember this. Let's just say 3:4 is equals to 12:16. So what I can write? This is A, this is B. So 3 plus 4 divided by 3 minus 4 would be equals to, these two ratios are equal, right? This would be cancelled by 4, this would also be cancelled by 4. So what I can write? 3 plus 4 divided by 3 minus 4 will be equals to 12 plus 16 divided by 12 minus 16. So this you will get 4 plus 7, that is 4 plus 3 is 7 and divided by minus 1. So this will be minus 7, right? And what this will be? 28 divided by minus 4, that is also equals to minus 7. So both are equal. So basically A by B is equals to C by D. Then the upper one will go ahead, A plus B. Now this will come downward, A minus B. Similarly, this will go up, C plus D. This will come downward, C minus D. So both ratios are equal. So this may be used sometimes in some MCQs. So you can remember it. Okay. And yeah, this is one more thing, that A by B is equals to C by D is equals to E by F. Then you can add up all the denominator and you can add up all the numerator and you can add up all the denominator. You can subtract all the numerator, you can subtract all the denominator. How this is being proven? A by B is equals to C by D is equals to E by F. Let's just say this is there. So I can assume all those to be equal to some variable K. So what will be your K? A will be KB, C will be KD and E will be KF, right? Now let's see what is the value of A plus C plus A plus C plus E and so on divided by B plus D plus F and so on. So A is KB, C is KD and E is KF plus divided by B plus D plus F and so on. So K can come common, right? K will be common. So B plus D plus F and so on divided by B plus D plus F and so on. So completely this and this will get cancelled. So what is your answer? K. So this value is coming equals to K, and K is equals to A by B is equals to C by D is equals to E by F, right? So this A by B is equals to C by D is equals to E by F is equals to A plus C plus E and so on divided by B plus D plus C, B plus D plus F and so on is equals to A minus C and so on divided by B minus D minus F and so on. Are you understanding this concept? Very simple. Somewhere, in some problems it may be used. That's why I have written it here. Okay. Now this is the question. This question is based on the mixture. Okay, but we are not dealing that as a separate topic. Just treat it as a question only. In what ratio must rice at 9.3 rupees per kg? 9.3 rupees per kg. Rupees per kg be mixed with rice rupees 10.80 per kg so that the mixture be worth 10 rupees per kg. What do I mean by that? Let's just say I take 2 kg of rice, 2 kg rice. So how much it will cost me? 9.30 into 2, 18.60, right? And if I take 2 kg rice, okay, this was the rice type 1 and this would be rice type 2, and I take 3 kg of this rice, 3 kg of this rice, rice type 2. So how much it will cost me? 10.8 into 3, 10.8 into 3. So it will cost me 32.4 rupees. 32.4 rupees. Now I combine both of them. I add both of them. So if I add both of them, so how much total rice I will be having? 2 kg of this and 3 kg of this, 5 kg rice I will be having. And 5 kg rice will be of how much rupees? 32.40 plus 18.60. 32.40 plus 18.60. So 32.40, 18.60. So this will be of 51 rupees, right? So 5 kg rice is of 51 rupees. So basically 1 kg rice is of 51 by 5. 51 by 5. What that would be? 10.2 rupees. 10.2 rupees per kg. So now the resultant rice is of 10.2 rupees per kg. 10.2 rupees per kg. Understood? But I want this to be 10 rupees per kg. So this is not the method I will be solving with. I just told you what is the meaning of this question. If you take 2 kg of this one and 3 kg of this one, so you mix them in the ratio of 2:3. But if you mix them in ratio of 2:3, your rice is of 10.2 rupees per kg. So this is not the correct answer. So now we have to find the correct answer. So how we will find it? So you must have understood the meaning of this problem, right? If I mix 2 kg of this one, 3 kg of this one, then I get 5 kg rice in 51 rupees. So basically 1 kg rice is costing me 10.2 rupees, which I don't want. So whenever you need to assume any ratio, so how will you assume a ratio? Assume M ratio 1 always. Always I will assume M ratio 1. So this I am calling rice 2 and this is calling rice 1. So I am assuming rice 2 ratio rice 1. Rice 1 ratio rice 2. Rice 2 is M ratio 1. Basically, if I take M kg of this rice, then I will take 1 kg of this rice. So I am taking M kg of rice 1. So how much rupees it will cost me? 9.30 rupees per kg. And I am taking M kg of this. So how much it will cost me? 9.30 into M rupees, and I am taking 1 kg of rice too. So 10.80 rupees per kg, and I am taking 1 kg of rice too. So it will cost me 10.80 rupees. Basically this much rupees and this much rupees. Now what is the total amount I am having? I am having M plus 1 kg. M plus 1 kg. This much I am having. So what is the cost of 1 kg? Basically I spent 9.30 M plus 10.80 M, and this much rupee I spent. This is the rupees that I spent for M plus 1 kg. For M plus 1 kg rice. So total rice I am having is M plus 1 kg. I spent this much of rupees. So what is the cost of 1 kg rice? 9.30 M plus 10.80 divided by M plus 1, right? 1 kg will cost me 9.30 M plus 10.80 divided by M plus 1 kg, because M plus 1 kg is costing me this much of rupees. M plus 1 kg is costing me this much of rupees. So 1 kg will cost me this much of rupees, and that is equals to what? 10. So this is equals to 10. Understood or not? Right? Well and good. So this would be 10. So 9.30 M plus 10.80 is equals to 10 M plus 10. So 0.7 M is equals to 0.8. So M value you are getting is 8 by 7, right? 8 by 7. So the required ratio, M value I am getting is 8 by 7. So the required ratio, what we are getting? Rice 1 ratio rice 2. That we are getting is 8 by 7 ratio 1. That means it is 8 ratio 7. So in 8 ratio 7 you need to mix it. Understood? So this is the best way of solving this problem. Always take M ratio 1. You will be able to do it very quickly in the examination. Directly you will write this equation. That's how much money it will cost me divided by how much gram I am having. So what I should take equals to 10. So 8 ratio 7. So if I am taking 8 kilogram of this one and 7 kilogram of this one, you can check as well. If I am taking 8 kilogram of this one, that means I have to pay this much of rupees, and then 7 kilogram of this one, that means I have to pay this much of rupees, divided by total I am having 15 kg rupee. Total I am having 15 kg of rice. So how much it will cost me per kg? Per kg how much it will cost me? So 9.30 into 8, 30 into 8 plus 10.80 into 7 divided by 15. So 10 rupees per kg, right? 7 ratio 8 is the correct answer. 8 ratio 7 is the correct answer. Okay, let's move to the next one. If A by 4 is equals to B by 5, then what is correct? Componendo and dividendo you have to apply. A plus 4 divided by A minus 4 is equals to A plus 4 divided by A minus 4 by componendo and dividendo will be equals to B plus 5 divided by B minus 5. So this is correct. Now you can reciprocate it, you can take the reciprocal as well, right? You can take the reciprocal as well. If you take the reciprocal of this one, this you will get. How will you get this one? How will you get this one? Yeah. So A by 4 is equals to B by 5. Then what happens? A plus B divided by 4 plus 5 are equal, and that is equals to A minus B divided by 4 minus 5. So from here what did you get to know? That A plus B by 9 is equals to B minus A. So A plus B by 9 is equals to B minus A. And even if you don't remember it in the examination, what you will do? In the examination you don't remember componendo, dividendo, nothing you remember. So what you will do? If I put A equals to 4 and B equals to 5, so what I will get? 1 equals to 1. So yeah, this equation stands true. If I put A equals to 4 and B equals to 5, this equation stands true. So these can be my possible values of A and B. So I will put these values here. Okay, A equals to 4 you cannot put, because this will be infinity. So instead I should put A equals to 8. A equals to 8 and B equals to 10. If I put A equals to 8 and B equals to 10, this equation satisfied. this equation satisfies. 2 is equal to 2. Now I will put A, B values in the given options. So in the first option, if I put 8 plus 4, 12, 8 minus 4, 12, 4, 10, 15 by 5. So 3 is equals to 3. The first option is correct. In that manner, you can check. Okay. So this can also be one of the possible ways. Now see this question. In a pot A, I have a mixture of 5 liter water and 10 liter milk. So from here also you will understand a new concept. Okay. In a pot A, I am having, this is also a demo problem. Demo problem means I will teach the concept here. So 5 liter water and 10 liter milk. 5 liter water and 10 liter milk. I take 6 liter of mixture from pot A. From here, no, I am taking 6 liter. 6 liter of mixture. So now my question is from my side, the question is, if I am taking 6 liter of mixture, then you tell me how much water I am taking and how much milk I am taking. Look, there is a mixture. Water and milk is mixed. And if I am saying I am taking 6 liter out of it, so how much water did I take and how much milk did I take? So always if you are taking something out, that you will be taking out in the ratios. So what is the ratio of water and milk here? 1:2. The ratio of water and milk here is, this is water and this is milk. So ratio of water and milk is 1:2. So if you are taking 6 liter out of it, that means if there was 3 liter, if I was taking 3 liter, that means 1 liter I would take water and 2 liter I would take milk. But I am taking 6 liters. That means 2 liter I will take water and 4 liter I will take milk. Are you getting this point? For 6 liter. 6 liter of mixture. So if I am taking 6 liter of mixture out of it, that means I am taking away 2 liter of water and 4 liter of 2 liter of water, 6 and 4 liter of milk. This was milk. Did you understand? So from a mixture 5 and 10, 5 liter was water, 10 liter was milk. So if I am taking 6 liter out of it, then I will take out in the ratio of 1:2. That means 1/3 I will take 1/3 of 6. 1/3 of 6 I will take 2 liter water and 2/3 of 6 I will take 4 liter milk. And put that in port B. In port B, how much water and milk I am having? So in port B, I am having 2 liter of water and 4 liter of milk. Okay, so this is the answer. So 6 liter if I am taking out, then I will take in the ratios. Well and good, understood? So this kind of things is used in some questions. They are not directly going to ask you this problem only, but it will be used some problems. So in port A, how much water is left now? 1 liter you have taken away, so 4 liter. And how much milk is left? 4 liter you have taken away, so 6 liter. 4 liter and 6 liter. So ratio is different now. It would be 2:3, whatever it is. So now the ratio has changed. Okay. Yeah, so I was thinking this ratio cannot change. Yeah, right. So 2 liter I have taken. So this is 3. So ratio will be 1:2 only. This is what I was thinking. So ratio is 1:2 only. Ratio will not change. So this is the main point only, that if you are taking away something from a mixture, then you will be taking the equal amount in the equal ratio, in the equal proportion I should say. You will be taking out in the equal proportion. Okay, so this has become 3 liter and this has become 6 liter. So the ratio still remains same, 1:2 only. Well and good. Let's see next question. In a mixture of milk and water, the proportion of milk by weight is 60%. Okay. If from the 80 gram mixture, 80 gram mixture is there. 80 gram mixture is there. Okay. What they are saying, proportion of milk is 60%. That means 48 gram milk is there. Say yes or no. 48 gram milk is there. And 32 gram water is there. 48 gram milk is there and 32 gram water is there. 20 gram of mixture is taken out and 6 gram of pure water is added. So what is the ratio? 6:4, or you can say the ratio is 48:32, which will be 3:2. This is the ratio. So if I am taking out 6 gram, 20 gram of mixture is taken out. I am taking out 20 gram. So if I was taking 5 gram, then 3 gram I would be taking out. If I was taking 5 gram, then 3 gram I would be taking out, that would be milk. But how much I am taking out? I am taking out 20 gram. So that means from 5 I would be taking 3. So from 20 I would be taking 12 gram milk, right? 12 gram milk. And 2 by 5 into 20. What does that mean? That I am taking 8 gram water. In the same ratio I am taking, right? 8 gram water I am taking and 12 gram milk I am taking. So 8 gram water I am taking. So this has become 24. And 12 gram this I have taken. So this would become 36 gram. The ratio still remains the same, right? 3:2. The ratio still remains the same. Now what I am saying is taken out and 6 gram of pure water is added. 6 gram of pure water is added. So I am adding 6 gram of pure water. 6 gram water I am adding. Pure water, that means only water I am adding. 6 gram of pure water I am adding. Then in the new mixture, find the ratio of milk and water. So here you are having 36 gram milk. 36 gram milk. Ratio, you are having 30 gram water. Say yes or no. So what is the ratio? 6:5. That's it. This is the answer. Did you understand this problem? Let's solve it once again. So you had 80 gram in which 60 gram was milk and 32 gram was water. So ratio was 3:2. Now you take out 20 gram. If you are taking 20 gram, if you had taken 5 gram, that means 3 gram you would have taken milk and 2 gram you would have taken water. But if you are taking 20 gram, that means 12 gram you will take out milk and 8 gram you will take out water. 8 gram is water, 12 gram is milk. So 36 gram milk you are having and 24 gram water you are having. Now you add 6 gram pure water. So now you are having 30 gram water with you and 36 gram milk with you. So what is the ratio? 6:5. Let's see the next question. In what ratio must water be mixed with the milk to gain 20% by selling the mixture at cost price? Okay. So basically the thing is, let's just say in 100 rupees I purchase 100 liter milk. Okay. In 100 rupees I purchase 100 liter milk. Now I need to gain 20%. I need to gain 20%. I need to gain 20%. That means I need to get 120 rupees if I am selling 100 liter milk. Say yes or no. If I am selling 100 liter milk. If I am selling 100 liter milk, I should get 120 rupees. Right. Now I am selling the mixture at a cost price. I am selling the mixture at cost price. What does that mean? I am selling mixture at cost price. What does that mean? That in 100 rupees I am giving 100 liter milk. That means in 120 rupees, I have to give 120 liter of mixture. In 100 rupees I was getting 100 liter milk. So in 120 rupees I should give 120 liter of mixture. In the mixture you are having 120 liter of mixture. But in the mixture what you will do? You will add some milk and you will add some water in it. Let me make it more clear to you. What was my cost price? I went to the market, I gave 100 rupees and I purchased the milk. I got 100 liter milk. In 100 rupees I got 100 liter milk. Okay. Now I need to earn a profit of 20%. This is in my brain that I need to earn a profit of 20%. That means I need to get 120 rupees from that 100 rupees. So I have the 100 liter milk. I will go to the market. I will sell that 100 liter milk in 120 rupees. I will sell that 100 liter milk in 120 rupees. 100 liter milk in 120 rupees. But I cannot give them 100 liter of milk. I have to give them 120 liter. In the market, if I am saying that give me 120 rupees, then they will expect 120 liter from me. If I am taking 120 rupees from them, they will expect 120 liter from me. That means in that 120 liter, I can give 100 liter of milk. I can give 100 liter of milk, because 100 liter of milk will cost me 100 rupees, and here I am earning 20% plus 20 liter of water. 100 liter milk plus 20 liter of water. So what is the ratio? 100 ratio 20. So that would be 5 ratio 1. So this is the answer. This was very straightforward question. Just the language was typical. Nothing else. Only the language was typical. So in 100 rupees I was getting 100 liter milk. I need to make a profit of 120 rupees. That means I need to sell that 100 liter milk in 120 rupees. But if I go to the market and I say give me 120 rupees, then they will say give us 120 liter of mixture. So I will give them only 100 liter milk, but I will add up 20 liter water in that, so that this mixture becomes 120 liter. And water is of 0 cost. This is the assumption. Assumption is water is of 0 rupees. Assumption. Cost of water is 0. Water is 0. Okay. Let's see the next problem. The milk and the water in two vessels A and B are in the ratio 4:3 and 2:3 respectively. Milk and water in two vessels, vessel A and vessel B. So in vessel A, milk, wait a second. Yeah, so in vessel A, milk and water are in this ratio. Milk and water are in the ratio 4:3. And vessel B, milk and water are in the ratio 2:3. Ratio 2:3. Okay. So let's just say if you had 7 gram of mixture, 7 gram of mixture, then you would have 4 gram of milk, 4 gram of milk and 3 gram of water. Say yes or no. And if you had 5 gram of mixture here, if you had 5 gram of B, that means you would have 2 gram of milk, 2 gram of milk plus 3 gram of water. Say yes or no. Now what you need to do, you will mix both of them. In what ratio the liquids in both of the vessel be mixed to obtain a new mixture in vessel C containing half milk and half water. So if I was having 7 gram of this and 5 gram of this, I was having 4 gram milk and 2 gram milk here, right? So in what ratio they need to be mixed? So I can solve it by ratio as well, or let's just solve it by simple intuitions, that if I mix both of them, then if I mix both of them directly, I have 7 gram of this, 5 gram of this. If I mix both of them, I will get 6 gram of milk and 6 gram of water, right? Directly I said 4, 3, 2, 3. So if I mix them directly, so I will get 6 gram of milk and 6 gram of water. So my answer should be 1:1. Is that correct? No, this is wrong. Why this is wrong? Answer will be, this is wrong. Answer will be 7:5. So because you are mixing 7 gram of A and 5 gram of B. So what is the ratio? 7:5. Understood? You are mixing 7 gram of A and 5 gram of B. This was 2:3. That's why I took 5. This was 4:3. That's why I took 7 for easier calculation. So you took 7 gram of A and 5 gram of B. So the ratio is 7:5, not 1:1. So these kind of questions come sometimes in the examination and people just mess it up. So this should not happen, right? So 7:5 is the answer. Okay. Let's solve some problems on partnership. The mixture problem will come. Okay. More problems will come on mixture. In the end, you will see more problems on the mixture. So don't need to worry. We will solve more problems. Let's solve the problems on partnership. So Ram and Shyam invested in a business rupees 40 and rupees 50 respectively. What will be their ratio of benefit at the end of the year? Okay. So always benefit is directly proportional to the investment. Let's just say I am investing 50 rupees in some business and you are investing 100 rupees and we make a profit of 300 rupees. You invested 50, I invested 50, you invested 100, and we made a profit of 300 rupees. So at the end of the day, if I say that I will get 150 and you will also get 150, so this thing will be wrong, right? This ratio should be divided in the proportion of the investment. Basically, if I am doing the investment, if total investment were 3 rupees, then my investment was 1 rupee. So I will get in the same ratio the benefit as well. So basically, if we are getting 300 rupees, so my benefit will be 100 rupees and you will get 200. So ratio of benefit is equals to ratio of investment. Okay. So you will get as much benefit as much you invest. So what is the question that is asked? So invested in a business in rupees 40 and rupees 50 respectively, what will be the ratio of benefit at the end of the year? So the ratio of benefit will be 4:5, or you can say 40:50. Ram ratio Sham. Ram ratio Sham. Ram ratio Sham. So Ram invested 40 rupees and Sham invested 50 rupees. So their benefit will be 40:50, or you can say 4:5. Find their share of each out of the annual profit of rupees 27. So what will be their share? So how much Ram will get? Ram will get 4/9 into 27, 12 rupees. And how much Sham will get? Sham will get 5/9 into 27, 15 rupees, right? So the ratio also you can check 4:5 only. Okay. Sukanya and Chavi started a business. They invested 60,000 and 75,000. So they should get the benefit in 60:75. But she invested for 8 months only and she invested for 12 months. Basically, if she has invested for X time, then this Sukanya girl has invested for 12/8 times of her. Her investment was 60k, her investment was 75k. Okay, that is fine. But time also matters, no? She invested for 8 months and she invested for 12 months. So basically, what did you get to know here? That investment I am writing as I, and time that I am writing as T. So ratio of investment is 60k ratio 70k. 60k was invested for 8 months and this was invested for 12 months. Multiplication of both of them will be the ratio of benefit. This I am writing as B. So 60 into 8, K and M will get cancelled only, and 70 into 12. So this will be 4 2 ja 8, 4 3 ja. So 12:21. So this will be the ratio. Okay. So what they are saying, how many percent profit will Sukanya get? So this is Sukanya, right? No, this is Sukanya. So if there was total of 12 plus 21 rupees profit, then Sukanya would have got 12 rupees. 12 plus 21 is 33, right? 33. So Sukanya would have got 12/33 rupees. 12/33 rupees. So 36.36%. This Sukanya will get, because she invested 60k for 8 months and she invested 70k for 12 months, right? The ratio of investment of A to B in a business is so investment and time. So investment is A to B is 14:15. A to B. And what is the time? And the ratio of their respective profit at the end of the year is 2:5. So their benefit is 2:5. 2:5. If A invested for 3 months, this guy invested for 3 months, then how much time this guy invested? This guy invested for X. Okay. So basically 14 into 3m divide 14 into 3m, this should be the ratio. 14 into 3m into 15 into X. this should be equals to 2:5. So 14 into 3m, 3 months, divided by 15 into x, this should be equals to 2:5, because this is their benefit. Did you understand this point? Right? So x should be equals to 7 months. Simple equation is there. This guy invested 14 rupees for 3 months. That means this guy invested, let's just say, in ratio 40, and this guy invested 15 rupees for how much months? 7 months. So 105. So what is the ratio? What is the final ratio? 2:5. So in this ratio, the benefit will be made. Okay, the benefit will be distributed in 2:5. So x is coming out to be 7 months. Very easy. Let's see the next one. ABC invested, ABC, their investment was 40k, 45k and 60k. In a business, they invest for 5 months. Time is 5 months, 4 months and 3 months. How much percent C will get? So what is the ratio? First find the ratio. This would be 200. This would be 200. This would be 45 into 4, 180. And this would also be 180. So what is the ratio? So the ratio of benefit is 10:9:9. This is the ratio of the benefit. So how much percent C will get? So if there was total 29 rupees of benefit, not 29, 28 rupees of benefit, 10 plus 9 plus 9. If there was 28 rupees of benefit, then C would have got 9. 9 by 28. So 32.14. So C will get 32.14%, right? Three partners shared the profit in a business in ratio. This is the profit. Okay, they invested capitals for 7, 8 and 14 months. What was the 7, 8 and 14 months? What was the ratio of their capitals? Okay, so three partners were there, A, B, C. What was the investment? We don't know. X ratio, Y ratio, Z. They invested time. Time is there. 7 months, 8 months and 14 months. So basically this should be divided 7x, 8y and 14z. This should have been the result. The result is 8, 7, 5. The result is 8 ratio 7 ratio 5. So from here you can get to know that 7x is equals to 8, 7x is equals to 8. So x is equals to 8 by 7, 8y is equals to 7. So y is equals to 7 by 8 and 14y is equals to 14z is equals to 5. So z is equals to 5 by 14. So the ratio is 8 ratio 7, 7 ratio 8 and 5 ratio 14. But you have to write it in a better manner. This is your answer, but this is not the final answer. You have to take the LCM of 7, 8 and 14. So what is the LCM of 7, 8 and 14? So 7 will come in this one only. 7 into 2, so 7 into 8. 56 is the LCM of 7, 8 and 14. So 56. 56. So 8 by 7 into 56. 7 by 8 into 56. And 5 by 14 into 56. So 64 ratio 49 ratio 20. This is the answer. Okay. So this was the ratio of their investment. Understood? Very easy problem. Time, investment and time. 7x, 8y, 14z. So x value we got, x, y, z value we got. So this was the ratio. Then we had to make the ratio look good. So this is how we made the ratio look good, because this will be the given option, not this. So this we will take. Let's see this question. A started a business with a capital of 54,000 rupees and admitted B and C after 4 and 6 months respectively. After 4 months and 6 months respectively. At the end of the year, the profit was divided in ratio 1:4:5 at the end of the year. So investment, A made 54K. A made 54K. B and C we don't know. Time. A started it alone, right? Admitted BC after 4-6 months. He admitted 4 and 6 months after. Okay, B and C. He started alone. That means his time was 12 months. Their time, let's just say their investment was X and Y. So their time was B came after 4 months. That means B was there for 8 months. And C came after 6 months. That means C was there for 6 months. At the end of the year, how this was divided, we will check that. So this is 54K into 12. And this is 8X. And this is 6Y. How it is divided? 1:4:5. So if 1 is equals to this much, then 4 is equals to 8x. Are you getting this point? If 1 is equals to 54,000 into 12, that means 4 is equals to 8x. So if I multiply 1 with 4, if I multiply, this is my 1 and this is my 4. If I multiply 1 with 4, then I can write both are equal. So if I multiply this value with 4, that means that will be equals to 8x. Say yes or no? If this is 1, this is 4 times of this. This value is 4 times of this. This value is 4 times of this. That means this value should also be 4 times of this value. So 8x is equals to 14K into 12. So this is your x. X is coming out to be 54K into 6. This is your x, right? So this was the investment made by B. This was the investment made by B. So what about C? So if basically this value is 5 times of this value, because this is 5 times of this. So this value is 5 times of this value. So 6y is equals to 5 times of 54K into 12, right? So y is equals to 54K into 10. Y is equals to 54K into 10. Now what they are asking, what is the difference between the capitals invested by B and C? What is the difference? What is the difference? The difference is 54K into 10 minus, so X invested this much and Y invested this much, 54K into 6. So the difference would be 54K into 4. 54K into 4. 216K, or you can write 2.16 lakhs. So this is the answer. Answer is this, 2.16 lakhs. This is the difference. Okay. Let's move to the next problem. A mixture contains lemon juice and sugar syrup in equal proportion. Okay. So 1:3 I can see here. 1:3. Addition of these will be 4 grams. So let's just take 4 grams of the mixture. So a mixture contains lemon juice and sugar syrup in equal proportion. So 2 gram lemon juice. Why did I take 4 here? Because I can see 1:3 here. So better let's take 4 gram. Let's not take 6 gram. You can take 6 gram as well. So 1:3, 1:3. 4 can be divided in 1:3 very easily. 1 gram and 3 gram. So that's why I thought I should take 4 gram. So let's take 4 gram. So a mixture contains lemon juice and sugar syrup in equal proportion. That means 2 gram of lemon juice is there and 2 gram of sugar syrup is there. If a new mixture is created by adding this mixture and sugar syrup in 1:3, you take this mixture and sugar syrup you take in 1:3. So how much you take sugar syrup? 12 gram, right? 12 gram of sugar syrup you take. You take this mixture and sugar syrup in 1:3. So if you are taking 4 gram of this one, that means you will take 12 gram of sugar syrup. Say yes or no? 12 gram of sugar syrup you take, and both are added. If both are added, so in the mixture you are having 16 gram total. 16 gram is total, where 2 gram is lemon juice, 2 gram is lemon juice, and 12 plus 2, 14 gram is sugar syrup. So now what they are asking, the ratio of lemon juice and sugar syrup. The ratio of lemon juice lemon juice to sugar syrup, that would be 2:14. So that is 1:7. That's it. This is the answer. Very, very easy question. There is no doubt about that. Very straightforward question. I thought there was 4 grams, so 2 gram was lemon juice was there, 2 gram of sugar syrup was there. Then I mixed them in 1:3. That means if this was 1, then this was 3. If this is 4, then this would have been 12. So total is 16 gram, where 2 gram is lemon juice and 14 gram is sugar syrup. So what is the ratio? 2:14, that is 1:7. Let's see the next one. This is also good question. So here what I can see, 3:2, 7:3 and 2:3. Basically 10 gram I should take, because 10 will be added, 10 in 3:2 can be easily divided, 6 gram and 4 gram. 10 can be divided in ratio 3:2 very easily. So 10 gram I am taking. Okay, because 7 plus 3 also 10, 2 plus 3 is 5, 3 plus 2 is 5. So 10 gram is the best number. So I am taking 10 gram. 10 gram. So Anil mixes cocoa with sugar in the ratio 3:2 to prepare a mixture A. So this is the mixture A, in which cocoa is 6 gram in 3:2. So cocoa is 6 gram and 4 gram is cocoa is 6 gram and 4 gram is sugar, right? Then only it will be 3:2. And coffee with sugar in 7:3 to make a mixture B. So B is also of 10 gram. B is also 10 gram, where 7 gram of coffee is there. 7 gram of coffee is there. And 3 gram of sugar is there. 3 gram of sugar is there. Now what he is doing? Now he combines A and B in the ratio 2:3. 2:3. A and B he combines in ratio 2:3. That means if he takes 20 gram of A, 20 gram of A, then he would take 30 gram of B. Say yes or no? 10 gram of A plus 30 gram of B. So in 20 gram of A plus 30 gram of B, because 2:3. So 20 gram of A, that means 12 gram of cocoa. 12 gram of cocoa and 8 gram of sugar. What about this one? 21 gram of coffee and 9 gram of sugar, right? Now this is the mixture C. So this is 50 grams, right? 50 gram of mixture C. So in 50 gram of mixture C, what you are having? In 50 gram of mixture C, what are the products you are having? You are having 12 gram of cocoa, 12 gram of cocoa, right? You are having 8 plus 9, 17 gram of sugar. You are having 21 gram of coffee. 21 gram of coffee, right? Now what he is doing? If he mixes C with an equal amount of milk, basically he will add 50 gram of milk, 50 gram of milk. So now the total mixture is of 100 gram. 100 gram to make a drink. 100 gram drink is there. So this drink is of 100 gram. Now then the percentage of sugar in this drink is, so how much sugar is there? 17 gram. So in this total mixture there is 17 gram sugar. So what would be the answer? In 100 gram milk, in 100 gram drink, there is 17 gram sugar. So what is the answer? 17%. So answer is 17%. So 17% is the final answer. So did you understand how did we approach this problem? Just whatever they have told that we need to do, I assume 10 gram initially. So 10 gram, 6 gram of cocoa would be there, 4 gram of sugar will be there, and 10 gram of B mixture, 7 gram of coffee, 3 gram of sugar. Now they are saying they are mixing in the ratio of 2:3. That means 20 gram of A he would take and 30 gram of B he would take. In 20 gram of A, there will be 12 gram of cocoa and 8 gram of sugar. And in 30 gram of B, there will be 21 gram of coffee and 9 gram of sugar. So in 50 gram of that complete mixture, 20 plus 30, in the 50 gram of that complete mixture, you are having 12 gram of cocoa, 17 gram of sugar and 21 gram of coffee. Now he is adding the same amount, 50 gram milk he is adding. So total mixture is of total drink is of 100 gram, where 17 gram is of sugar. So 17 by 100 into 100%, 17%. Well and good. Now this is the last question. This is the best question of the complete chapter, and I don't think anyone will be able to solve it. Okay. And if one solves it, it will take a lot of time. So let's read the question and see what they are saying and how we will solve it. So let's do it. So I will drink some water, then we will proceed. So if you read this question, what this question is saying, a mixture P is formed by removing a certain amount of coffee from a coffee jar and replacing the same amount with cocoa powder. So in a coffee jar, you replace some coffee and replace the same and put the same amount of cocoa powder. Then you again remove some part. Then again you replace that. So basically, eventually you frame a new mixture, and in the new mixture, the ratio of coffee and cocoa is 16:9. So can I assume my initial mixture was of 25 gram? Because in the final you are having 16:9. 16:9. So the weight did not change in the complete process. If you read the question carefully, the weight did not change. Some gets out, some gets in. Some gets out, some gets in. The weight is 25 gram only. So this I am saying, initially I had 25 gram of coffee. Can I assume that? Then what did I do? A mixture P I framed by removing a certain amount of coffee from a coffee jar and replacing the same amount with cocoa powder. So what did I do? I got X gram cocoa powder. X gram cocoa powder and 25 minus X gram coffee, because I replaced X gram of coffee with X gram of cocoa powder. Right? This will clear your concept, but this question is very good. This will clear your concepts, but it is very rare that these kind of tough questions GATE will ask. Okay, but it will clear your concept. So one of the concept can be used in the questions. So this may happen. Okay, coffee jar and replacing the same amount with cocoa powder. The same amount is again removed from the mixture P. The same amount is again removed from the mixture P. This is the mixture P. This is P mixture. This is your P mixture. Now the same amount is removed from the mixture P and replaced with some same amount of cocoa powder to frame a new mixture. Okay. So now I will take X gram out of it. I will take X gram out of it, because initially I took X gram out of it. I took X gram out of it. I took X gram of coffee out of it and replaced that with X gram of cocoa, and 25 minus X gram coffee is left. Now again I am taking X gram out of it. X gram out of it. And then I will replace that X gram with some cocoa powder. So in the Q mixture, you will have some cocoa powder. Okay, that is fine. But how much coffee you will have? Can you tell me? In mixture Q, how much coffee you will have? In the new mixture, how much coffee you will have? If you are taking X gram out of it, then how much of coffee you will take? So total mixture is of 25 gram. And the part of coffee is 20 minus X. And you are taking X gram out of it. So 25 minus X divided by 25 into X. This much coffee I am taking out. And how much coffee I had initially? 25 minus X. So this much coffee is left now. Did you understand this equation? Let's just say I had 2 gram of cocoa powder and 3 gram of coffee. 2 gram of cocoa powder and 3 gram of coffee. Now I am taking 1 gram out of it. 1 gram out of it. So how much I will take? The mixture is of, I am taking 1 gram out of it. So how much coffee I will take? So mixture is of 5 gram. Mixture is of 5 gram. Let us say I am taking 2 gram out of it. 2 gram out of it. So how much coffee I will take? So complete mixture is of 5 gram, in which coffee has the ratio of 3. And how much total I am taking? 2. So if I was taking 1 gram, then I would have been taking 3 by 5. If I am taking 2 gram, then I will take 3 by 5 into 3. This is the same thing which I told you. If you are taking something out, then you will take in the ratio only. So 2:3. If you are taking out, you will take in the ratio only. Now the ratio is X ratio 25 minus x. So you will take out in the ratio only. So 25 minus x divided by 25 into x. So this much you are taking out. So this will be your cocoa powder and this will be your coffee. So this much you are taking out. Taking out. Now this much you have took out, and from here also you will take out something. From here also you will take out something, and that will be replaced with cocoa powder. So in the remaining mixture, this much of sugar is left. Say yes or no. You take out some part, not sugar, coffee I should say. So you take out some part, and you replace that remaining part by cocoa powder, not by coffee. So 25 minus x you were initially having, and this part is taken out. So basically the coffee left is this much. This is the coffee left. And that is equals to what? 16. Eventually in mixture Q, this much of coffee left. Coffee left in mixture Q. Try understanding this problem again. You had x gram of cocoa and 25 minus x gram of coffee in a mixture. Now you will take x gram out of it. That means how much part of coffee you will take? 25 minus x divided by 25 into x. So this much part of coffee you will take. And how much coffee you had initially? That is 25 minus x. So how much coffee is remaining? 25 minus x minus 25 minus x divided by 25 into x. So this much coffee is remaining. Also, what you need to make sure, this much coffee is remaining, but what you are getting in, what you are putting in, you are putting in cocoa powder, the same amount of cocoa powder to frame a new mixture Q. So it is replaced with the same amount of cocoa powder. It is being replaced with cocoa powder. So new coffee is not coming. So this much amount of coffee is left. And assuming 25 gram of total mixture, how much coffee you are having? That is 16 gram. Right? So from this equation, what did you get to know? That 25 minus x into 1 minus x by 25. So it would also be 25 minus x divided by 25 is equals to 16. So 25 minus x whole square is equals to 16 into 25. So x is equals to 5 gram. X is equals to 5 gram. So from here I can again make the block diagram that initially I had 25 gram of coffee. Then I took 5 gram out of it and then replaced it with 5 gram of cocoa powder. Cocoa, and this would be coffee. Now this was my mixture P. Now in mixture Q, what did I do? I took again 5 gram. I will again take out 5 gram. So if I am taking 5 gram, that means 20 by 25. 20 by 25 into 5. I will take 4 gram of coffee. I am taking 5 gram out of it. So in ratio 1:4 I will take 1:4 because here the ratio is 1:4. So I can write 4 by 5. 4 by 5 part of 5 gram will be coffee and 1 gram will be cocoa powder. So I will take out 1 gram of cocoa powder, and so I have taken out 1 gram of cocoa powder, and then I add up again 5 gram of cocoa powder. Again I add up 5 gram of cocoa powder, and I have taken 4 gram of coffee out of it. So basically I am left with 16 gram of coffee now. 4 gram of coffee I have taken out, so 16 gram of coffee I am left with now. And this is 5 minus 1, 4 gram, 9 gram, sorry. 5 minus 1, 4 plus 9, 9 gram of cocoa powder I am left with. 9 gram of cocoa powder. Now what they are asking? The ratio of cocoa in mixture P to the ratio. So in mixture P you are having 5 and mixture Q you are having 9 gram. So what is the ratio? 5:9. This is the answer. Okay. So this was a very good question. Now I hope your concept of ratio, proportion, mixture, allegation, partnership, everything is clear. So every single question that can be asked from ratio, proportion, partnership or mixture, allegation, you will be able to solve. After this lecture, you will be very comfortable in that. Okay then, thank you very much. Hi everyone. So in this video we are going to cover about speed, time, distance. So this is a very basic topic of elementary classes. We have studied this in physics in 9th 10th class or also in 11th class as well. And then we are going to see some questions of boats and streams as well. Okay, so basic formula you already know. What is speed? Speed is distance upon time. What is time? Time is distance upon speed. And what is distance? Speed into time. So basic things you know. Just this thing only you need to remember. Let's start solving the problems. With the help of the problems you will be understanding a lot of new concepts. Okay, and also some more concepts will come, like what do you mean by relative speed. All these concepts will also come, but in between the questions only, like we will be solving a particular problem based on this concept, based on these three formula, then we will study another concept, then we will solve more problem, then study another concept, then we will solve more problem. So in this manner we will be proceeding. Okay, so let's start with the first one. This is the first question. What they are saying, the speed of two bodies are in the ratio 2:3. The difference in time taken to cover 50 meter is 10 seconds. Find the difference in their speeds. Okay, so what are their speeds? Speeds are 2x and 3x, right? 2x and 3x are the speeds, and difference in time taken to cover 50 meter is 10 seconds. So what is the distance? Distance is 50 meter and time difference is there. That means time difference is there, which is 10 seconds. So this car would have taken 50 by 3x time, right? And this car would have taken 50 by 2x time. Which car will take more time? The one which is having lesser speed, right? The one which is having lesser speed, its speed is 2x. This one is having a speed of 3x. So this is having lesser speed, so this will take more time. So this value is more, 50 by 2x is more. So this will take 50 by 2x time. Why 50 by 2x time? Because distance upon speed. Distance is 50 meter and I am assuming the speed to be in meter per second only. This is meter per second only. The speed is in meter per second. Okay, this is 50 by 2x minus 50 by 3x is given as 10. That's it. Difference of time. This is what we have done. So what we will get? 50 can go here. What is the LCM of 3x and 2x? LCM of 3x and 2x is 6x. So 3 minus 2 you will get here, and this will be 1 by 5. So x you will get is 5 by 6. Well and good. X you will get is 5 by 6. So that's it. So this is the value of x you are getting, and what they are asking? They are asking the difference in speed. The difference in speed. What is the difference? Difference is equals to 3x minus 2x. This is the difference in speed, which is equals to x, which is equals to 5 by 6 meter per second. Let's move towards our next question. A train takes 1 hour 20 minutes to travel between two stations P and Q. P and Q. It takes 1 hour 20 minutes. If it travels 2 by 7th of its usual speed, then how long it will take to travel from between P and Q? So let's just say its usual speed is s. So how much time it will take? Speed equals to distance. Distance, let's just say this distance is d. This distance is d. D upon time it will take is t. T time it will take, which is equals to 1 hour 20 minutes. 1 hour 20 minutes. And if it is traveling at 2 by 7th of the speed, the distance is same. How much time it will take? Some new time t dash it will take. Getting this point? Right? Now what we can do? We can divide both of the equations. So what we will get? 2 by 7 t by t dash. Right? So t dash will be 7 by 2 times of this time t. 7 by 2 times of this time t. So what is this? This is 80 minutes. This is 80 minutes. So how much time it will take? Into 80 minutes. So that would be 280 minutes. Because 2, 4, 280. Yeah. So what we can write? 4 hours 40 minutes. Right? Because in 1 hour there is 60 minutes. So 240 minutes would be 4 hours and 40 minutes. So this is the answer. 4 hours 40 minutes. Let's see the next question. A car can travel a distance of 144 km in 1.8 hour. At in what time will it cover will it cover the double of the distance when speed is increased by 20%? Okay. So initially the speed was s. So what it was doing? speed was s, it was covering 144 kilometer in 1.8 hours. Now what is the speed? Speed is 1.2 s. Speed is increased by 20%, so it has become 1.2 s, right? And it has to cover double the distance, 288 kilometer, divided by the time you need to find. That's it. This is the equation. What you can do, you can divide 1.2, you can divide both of the equations. So what you will get, 1.2 288 by t into 1.8 divided by 144. I am just dividing 1.2 divided by 1, 288 by t. If I am dividing, it will be cross multiple, reciprocal. So into 1.8 divided by 144. So what you are going to get, 3.6 divided by t is equals to 1.2. So t is 3 hours. So it will take him 3 hours, right? So let's see the next question. A man travels from a city X to city Y. If he travels 25% faster than his speed, he would reach Y 15 minutes early. And by how many minutes would he be late if he travels 40% slower than his usual speed? Okay. So from city X to city Y, he is traveling. So distance is constant here. Distance is constant. This distance is constant. And now they are saying some different things that now let's just say distance d is constant and his usual speed is s. This is his usual speed, and the time taken, usually he takes time t. So d is equals to s into t. This I can write. So yes or no? Now he would reach 15 minutes early if he is going 25% faster than his speed. So distance d is same. He has to cover distance d only. But now he is going 25% faster than his usual speed. And now what will be the time? Time will be 15 minutes lesser. Let's just say with this speed he was reaching in 30 minutes. Now he will reach in 15 minutes only. So 15 minutes lesser. So this is the new d equation, right? Well and good. Now what they are asking, by how many minutes would he be late if he travels 40% slower than his usual speed? If he is traveling 40% slower, then that means he is traveling at 60% of his usual speed. So yes or no? He is traveling 40% lower, 40% slower. That means he is traveling 60% of his usual speed. So by how many times he will be late? By how much time he will be late? So by x minute he would be late. So we need to find the value of x. That's it. We have three equations. We need to find the value of x. This is our target, right? So what we can do is that if I put st here, because distance d is same, so I can divide both of the equation. I can divide equation 1 by 2. So what I will get? This is equation 1, this is equation 2, and this is equation 3. So 1.25 into t minus 15 is equals to t, right? This is what we are getting. And from this equation, what we will get? From equation 1 and 3, what we will get? 0.6 t plus x is equals to t. 0.6 t plus x is equals to t. So first let's solve this equation. What we will get from here? So 1.25 t minus t is equals to 1.25 into 15. So t value we can get from here. What that would be? Calculator. So t value will be 1.25 into 15 divided by 0.25. That would be 75 minutes. So his usual time was 75 minutes. Now from here you can get the value of x as well. 0.4 t is equals to 0.6 x, right? So 4 by 6. So x is equals to 4 by 6 into t into 4 by 6. So he would be 50 minutes late, right? So answer of x is 50 minutes late. So he would be 50 minutes late. Although the calculation that I did here, this took me a lot of time, but you can do it smartly. You will be able to do it quickly in the examination. Distance is same, so you just need to equate the speed into time. Initially it was similar, then increased, lesser time, decreased, more time. So 50 minutes late he will be. That's it. A car takes 50 minutes to cover a distance, to cover a certain distance at the speed of 54 km per hour. If speed increases, then how long it will cover to cover the distance of 3/4. So distance d was covered in certain speed of 54 km per hour. 54 km per hour. 54 km per hour. So I will tell you one thing. If you need to convert anything from kilometer per hour to meter per second, so you will multiply by 5 by 18. Okay. You have to multiply by 5 by 18. So it will be converted into meter per second. You can derive it basically kilometer, that means 1000. Meter you need to convert in seconds, that means 3600. So it will be cancelled by 2. So 5 by 18. So you can simply remember it, kilometer per hour to meter per second, 5 by 18. That means 15 meter per second. They are asking in minutes. They are asking in minutes, so forget about it. 15 meter per second. So better than this, I will just write 54 kilometer per hour into 50 minutes, because I may need to take the ratio, right? So the units may cancel up. Now what they are saying, if the speed is increased by 125%, so the distance, and then how long he has to cover? He has to cover the 3/4 of the distance. 3/4 of the distance he has to cover, and speed is increased by 25%. That means speed is increased by 25%. 25%. And how much time it will take? So time t it will take. That's it. So this is what they need to ask. This is what they are asking. So 3 by 4 is equals to 1.25 into t divided by 50. So what will be the time t? So 50 into 3 by 4 divided by 1.25. So 30 minutes it will take. 30 minutes. That's it. Very easy. Okay, just write down the equation and find the ratios. A person moved from place A to B at 2 p.m. at a speed of 4.5 km per hour, stayed at B for 1.5 hours, and returned to place A at a speed of 6 km per hour. He came back to place at 7 p.m. What is the distance between A and B? Okay. Let's just say distance is D. He started at 2 p.m. And went here with 4.5 km per hour. 4.5 km per hour. Stayed at place B for 1.5 hours and returned to the place A at a speed of 6 km per hour. And returned back at 7 p.m. So from 2 p.m. to 7 p.m. His journey was of 5 hours? No, his journey was not of 5 hours, because he stayed there for 1.5 hours. So 5 hours minus 1.5 hours. That means his journey was of 3.5 hours. Right? His journey was of 3.5 hours. Right? So what we can do? So he covered distance d with the speed of 4.5 km per hour. So that means this much time he took. Distance d, we have the time, that is 3.5 hours. So we need to write the equation in time. So distance upon speed, what is that? Time. Distance upon speed is time. Plus he covered distance d with 6 km per hour. So time to go here and time to come back, both combined time is given as 3.5. That's it. This is the equation. From here you need to find the value of d. Did you understand this? Right? It was not that tough. D upon 4.5 plus d by 6, that is equal to 3.5. So from here you need to find the value of d. So how will you solve it? This I can write as 9 by 2. This I can write as 9 by 2. 9 by 2. So what will be the LCM? 18. So 4d plus 7d will be equals to 3.5. So d will be equals to 9. Right? D will be equals to 9 kilometer. So distance is 9 kilometer. Very easy, very straightforward. Right? Let's move to the next problem. A person reaches his destination 32 minutes late if his speed is 6 km per hour and reaches 18 minutes before if his speed is 7 km per hour. Find that twice of the distance of his destination from his starting point. So this was his starting point, this was his destination. So the distance was d, this was the distance. Okay, so what they are saying, he reaches 32 minutes late. 32 minutes late if his speed is 6 km per hour. Do you agree to this point? 6 km per hour, basically 32 minutes late if his speed is 6 km per hour. Okay, this is also kilometer. So we cannot do it, right? We cannot do it. We have to convert. This is 32 minutes and this is 6 km per hour. So we have to convert in meter per second. Or what I can do? He reaches 32 by 60 hour late. T plus 32 by 60. 32 minutes means how much hour? 32 by 60 hours. Right? So this much time window is equals to distance is d, the time and the speed is 6 km per hour. 6 I am going to write. And he reaches 18 minutes before. The time taken will be 18 minutes lesser if his speed is this much. What you need to find? Double of the distance. Basically you need to find the distance d and then just double it. So let's find the value of d. So how will you get the value of d? You can subtract these two equations. Subtract these two equations. What you will get? 50 by 60 is equals to d by 6 minus d by 7. Do you agree to this, my point? So 5 by 6 is equals to, what is the LCM here? 42, and on the upper side you will get d. So d you are getting is 35 kilometer. D you are getting is 35 kilometer, and double the distance, double will be 70. They are asking the find that twice the distance, twice. So double will be 70 kilometer. So this is the answer. Okay, very easy. Time window you know, just write down the equation. The speed you know, the important point was to convert this one. Okay, to convert this. So this we have converted, and then we got to know that our distance d is 35, double would be 70 kilometer. Now there is this very famous concept that is after meeting concept. Okay, so we are not going to mug up any formula here. I am just telling you what they are going to ask. So let's just say there is a person person P1 who is starting from this point A and person P2 who is starting from this point B. He starts with the speed S1 and this guy starts with the speed S2. After some time T, they meet at point X. Did you understand this point? P1 and P2 both start working with the speed of S1 and S2 respectively, meets after time T at point X. Now what they will say, now this guy has reached here and this guy has reached here, right? Now this guy will cover, P1 takes T1 time to reach B. So this guy will cover this much of distance in T1 time. Okay, and this guy will cover this much of distance in T2 time. This is what they are saying. In the question it will be mentioned that P1 takes T1 time to reach B and P2 takes T2 time to reach A. So we will draw this diagram when the question comes, but I am just giving you the heads up that these kind of questions can come. So in those kind of problems, better solving it with the equation, we need to draw the diagram. So this is how we will draw the diagram. Two guys are walking, meet at this point. After some time they reaches there. Basically he is going from A to B, and he is coming from B to A. So with the constant speed, with the speed S1 after time T he meets, with the speed S2 after time T he meets. Then with the speed S1 only in T1 time he reaches B, and with the speed of S2 only in T2 time he reaches A. Is this clear to you? Then from here what did you get to know? That this distance and this distance is equal only, no? So S1T is equals to S2T2. S1T is equals to S2T2 and S1T1 is equals to S2T. So these two equations you know, based on that you will find what they are asking. That's it. After these two equations you can do the calculation. And if you want to remember the formula, basically for what we have derived the formula. So find the time at which they meet. Find the time at which they meet. So that was the time root T1 T2, and if they are asking the ratio of the speed, that would be inversely proportional to the time taken after going here. So let's see the problem. Better than this, let's see the problem. So what they are saying, two places x and y are there, x and y are there. So what they are saying that Suman is traveling from here, Suman is traveling from here, and Rekha is traveling from here. After meeting on the way, they must have met somewhere here at some point K. After meeting on the way, Suman and Rekha reaches y and x respectively. In Suman reaches in 3 hours 12 minutes, 3 hour 12 minutes, 3 hour 12 minutes, and Rekha reaches in 48 minutes. Let's convert them in hours. So 48 by 60, that would be 4 by 5 hour. And what about this one? 1 by 5, that would be 16 by 5 hours. 16 by 5 hours. If the speed of Rekha is 9 km per hour, 9 km per hour, then find the speed of Suman. Let's just say Suman was going with x km per hour. So in time t, Suman must have covered the distance x into t, right? And in time t, Rekha must have covered the distance, because they meet at this point after time t only. After the same time they will meet. Let's just say I start from my place at 9 a.m. You start from your place at 9 a.m. So we both start together and we meet at 9:30. What does that mean? We will meet at a certain time only. No, we both met after 30 minutes. We meet at 9:30. That means we both met after 30 minutes. So the time t will be same. So basically this Rekha would have covered 90 distance, right? 90 distance she would have covered. Now what they are saying, she would go with the 9 km per hour only, and in this much of time she will cover this distance. Now both are here. Now Rekha is traveling with 9 km per hour only, and in 4 by 5 hours she will cover this distance. So 9 into 4 by 5, 9 into 4 by 5 hours. So this distance will be, I am just writing the distance. She is going with 9 km per hour and she will take 4 by 5 hours. That means this distance will be 9 into 4 by 5 km. Say yes or no. So xt is equals to 9 into 4 by 5 km. Do you agree to this point? Let's start from again. She was going with the speed of x in time t. So they must have reached to point K. And she was going with 9 km per hour in time t. She must have reached here. Now what they are saying, from K to X, Rama is going with 9 km per hour and it will take her 4 by 5 hours. That means the distance would be 9 into 4 by 5 km. So xt is equals to this much. And now what they are saying, now this Suman is going with speed x only. Suman is going with speed x only, but the time taken by her would be 16 by 5. The time taken by her would be 16 by 5 hours. So what will be the distance? That would be 16x by 5. 16x by 5. And that would be equals to what? 90. Say yes or no. That would be equals to 90 only. So this is 90 km. Are you getting this point or not? What we are doing here? I hope you are understanding. So basically we equated both of the distance. This distance 90 and this distance is equal. So this is how we need to solve these kind of problems. This is a standard problem. By you looking at the question only, you will be understand that this question is coming from this particular diagram. Now what you need to find? You need to find the value of x. So you will replace this t. So 16x by 5 is equals to 9 into 4 by 5x, right? So 5 and 5 is getting cancelled. So this will be x square 9 into 9 divided by 4. So x you will get is 4.5 kilometer per hour. So her speed was 4.5 kilometer per hour. And if they had asked after how much time they would meet, after how much time, after meeting on the way, so after how much time they had meet, if they had asked this question, then what would be the answer? You can get time t from here. What that time t would be? 4.5 into t is equals to 9 into 4 by 5. So basically this would be 2, 8 by 5. So after 8 by 5 hours they must have met. That means 1.6 hours after 8 by 5. Okay. So these kind of questions can be asked. So you should have a clear idea of how to draw the wave diagram. Or if you remember the formula, what will be the formula? S1 by S2 would be the ratio of the inverse of the time. So you need to find the speed of Suman. So Suman took how much time? 16 by 5 hours. And Rekha took 4 by 5 hours. So the ratio would be 1 by 4, 1 by 2. So her speed would be half of this her. So that would be 4.5 only. But it will be tough to remember the formula. So better do this way. In the examination, better you should do this way. It will be tough to remember the formula. Okay. So x is 4.5 kilometer per hour. Let's see the next question. A car travels for 40 minutes at a speed of 40 kilometer per hour. For another 50 minutes, it travels with the speed of this much. For next 90 minutes, it travels with the speed of this much. You need to find the average speed. Average speed. What is the formula of average speed? Average speed. Why this is lagging? I guess the screen is lagging. That is total distance upon total time. So what is the total distance? So let's find the total distance. So 40 minutes, that means 4 by 6 hours with 40 kilometer per hour. So what will be the distance in this case? 40 into 4 by 6, right? Then 50 minutes, that means 5 by 6 hours. And how much he is covering? 45 kilometer, right? 45 kilometer. Sorry, he is covering with the speed of 45 kilometers. So how much distance he must have covered? 45 into 5 by 6 plus 90 minute. 90 minutes means 3 by 2 hours, and with the speed of 60 kilometer per hour. So 60 into 3 by 2. And what is the total time? Total time. Total time is 4 by 40 plus 50, 90, 90, 90, 80 minutes, 3 hours. So this is the total time. So distance you will get in kilometer, and the time is in that this distance is in kilometer and time is in hour. So kilometer per hour you are going to get. So let's do the calculation. So what will be the calculation? 160 by 6 plus, let's do it in gate calculator. 160 by 6 plus 45 into 5 by 6. So after doing the calculation, you get 51.38 kilometer per hour. So this was the average speed. Okay. Let's see this question. The ratio of the distance between two places A to B and B to C is 3:5. So basically A to B, and then B to C. The ratio is 3:5. This is 3 and this is 5. Now a man is going from A to B with x kilometer per hour, and B to C with 50 kilometer per hour. The average speed for entire journey is 40 kilometer per hour. What is the value of x? So average speed for entire journey is 40 km per hour. This is the average speed. What will be the average speed? Total distance. What will be the total distance? The ratio is 3:5. So can I say if A to B is 3 km, then B to C is 5 km? This I can say, right? The ratio is 3 to 5. So total distance is 8 km divided by the time taken. Time taken. So what will be the time taken? If he is moving with the speed of x km per hour, that means he will take 3 by x time. Distance upon speed is time plus distance upon speed. What is the distance? 5 by 50. That's it. And everything is going in kilometer per hour. Everything is going in kilometer per hour. So you don't need to worry about the units as well. So what it will be? So kilometer per hour also I can erase from here. So this will simply be 40. So I always prefer writing units, whether it is a problem from the technical side or from the aptitude part. I always prefer writing the units so that I do not mess up in the units, right? At least these kind of minor mistakes should not be there, that meter per second and kilometer per hour, or even in the technical part also we should not do these kind of mistake. So 3 by x plus 1 by 10 is equals to 1 by 5, or I can write 2 by 10. This will be cancelled by 5, right? And this, if this comes here, so it will be 1 by 5, or you can write 2 by 10. So 3 by x is equals to 1 by 10. So x is equals to 30. So 30 km per hour is the speed. That's it. So value of x is 30 km per hour. Let's move to the next one. So let's study the concept of relative speed. What do you mean by relative speed? So I will give you an example. Let's just say here this is me and this is you. Okay. Now I am running with 3 km per hour and you are running with 2 km per hour. Now after 1 hour, how much distance I have covered? 3 km. And after 1 hour, how much distance you have covered? 2 km. So what is the distance between us? Here you are and here I am. That means the distance between us is 1 km. Now what could be the other way of looking at it? Let's just say I am running with 3 km and you are running with 2 km. So what you will feel? That you will feel that Himanshu is running with 1 km only. I am running with 3 km and you are running with 2 km. Then what you will feel? That Himanshu is running with 1 km only, because 2 km per hour the speed you yourself are running. Let's just say this is your face and this is my face, and we both are running at 2 km per hour. Both are running at 2 km per hour. So what will happen? You will always see my face and I will always see your face. So the speed between both of us is 0 km per hour. That means you will feel that the Himanshu is not even running, and I will also feel that you are also not even running. But if I am going with 3 km per hour and you are going with 2 km per hour, that means you will feel like that I am running with 1 km per hour, because 2 km per hour is your self speed. So in case of relative speed, if you want to find the speed of me with respect to you, that means you will give your speed in the opposite direction to me. If you need to find the speed of me with respect to you, speed of S1 with respect to S2, then you will give this speed in the negative direction. So let's just say I was moving with S1 speed in this direction, or you can say I am A. So I am moving with the speed S2 in this direction and you are moving with the speed S1 in this direction. So if you want to find the speed of A with respect to B, so what you need to do? You need to give this speed in the negative direction. So what will be the speed? S2 minus S1, right? Let's just say I was running with the speed of S2 in this direction and you were running with the speed of S1 in this direction. So what you need to do? You need to give this speed in the negative direction to this one. So you are running in this one, so you have to oppose the direction. You are running in this direction, so you have to give the speed in the opposite direction. So this was S1, so you have to give the speed in this direction. So what will be the total speed? That would be S1 plus S2. So if two guys are running in the opposite direction, then the speed would be added. And if they are running in the same direction, the speed would be subtracted. Why is that happening? Are you able to visualize it? Let's just say I was running with 2 km per hour here and you are running with 3 km per hour here. Then what you will feel? In 1 hour, you will be here. Let's just say this was point 0. This was point 0. In 1 hour, you will be at -3 and I will be at +2. So in 1 hour, what is the distance between us? 5 kilometer. So what you will feel? What you will feel? That Himanshu, that the distance is 5 kilometer. That means in 1 hour, Himanshu has covered 5 kilometer. In 1 hour, Himanshu has covered 5 kilometer. If I was at stop, let's just say I am running at 3 kilometer, but I will feel that I am at stop only, that I am not even moving. So that means I have to give my speed to the other guy. Are you getting this point? Okay, so let's solve some problem. Then you will be understanding more. Basically, you have to give the speed of the to the other guy. This is the concept of relative speed. So a person X starts from a place from a place A, and another guy Y. X starts from a place and another guy Y starts from another place, that is B, which is 3 kilometer away from A. Which is 3 kilometer away from A. They walk in the same direction. They walk in the same direction. X walks with the speed of this, Y walks with the average speed of this. How far will X have walked when he overtakes Y? So they are walking in the same direction. Same direction is this. So X walks with the speed of 5 km per hour and Y walks with the speed of 2 km per hour. How far will X have walked before he overtakes A? So when will he overtake A? When he overtakes Y, sorry. So when X overtakes Y, what do you think? The distance between them is 3 km. Y is running with 2 and X is running with 5. So what Y will feel? Y will feel that X is running with 3 km per hour. What Y will say that if I am stationary, if I am not moving, Y will say that if I am not moving, that means X is moving with 3 km per hour. Say yes or no. Basically, in 1 hour, Y is covering 2 km and in 1 hour, X is covering 5 km. So what Y will say? That X is covering 5 km and Y is covering 2 km. That means X has covered 3 km more. So Y will say that X is moving with 3 km per hour if I am not moving. So if he is not moving, then X relative speed of X is 3 km per hour. And what is the distance between X and Y? That is 3 km if Y is not moving. If Y is not moving, that means the distance between X and Y is 3 km. Are you getting this point? Y is actually moving with 2 km per hour and X is actually moving with 5 km per hour. But let's just say we assume that Y is not moving, Y is stationary. That means X is moving with 3 km per hour. Now he has to overtake Y. That means he needs to cover this distance. So X needs to cover this distance. How much distance X needs to cover? 3 km. Y is stationary, Y is not moving. X was moving with 5, but actually he is moving with 3 km per hour now because Y is not moving. So now he needs to cover 3 km. So how much time it will take? 1 hour. So basically, in 1 hour, the distance between X and Y will be 0. The distance between X and Y will be 0. So in 1 hour, the distance will be 0. That means both will be together. So in 1 hour, how much X has walked? Actually, this was the relative speed concept that we used. But X would have walked how much? X would have walked in 1 hour. So the real speed of X was 5 km per hour into 1 hour. In 1 hour, X would have walked for 5 km. In 1 hour. So basically what really happened was, so in 1 hour, X moved for 5 km. Okay. X moved for 5 km. This was X, this was Y. Y was for some 3 km away. And in 1 hour, Y moved for 2 km. In 1 hour, Y moved for 2 km. So after 1 hour, they were here. They both were here after 1 hour. Are you getting this point? If you draw the actual diagram, X was moving with 5 km per hour. By doing the relative speed, what did we get to know? That in 1 hour, the distance between them will be 0. But actually, X was moving with 5 km per hour. So x must have walked 5 km in 1 hour, right? So in 1 hour x has covered 5 km, and in 1 hour y was also moving with 2 km per hour. So y must have walked for 2 km in 1 hour. So x has covered 5 km distance and y has covered 2 km distance. That means the distance between them is 0 now. Initially it was 3 and now it is 0. So what they are asking, how far will x have walked before he overtakes y? So here they both meet. So x would have walked for 5 km. So answer is 5 km. This is a very simple concept of relative speed which you have studied in 11th class, but even if you don't know, still now you are able to understand. Let's solve more problems. A car and bus were traveling in the same direction. Okay, this is the car and this is the bus. Both were traveling in same direction. At 7:30 am, the car is traveling with the speed of 72 km per hour. 7:30 am. And was 4.2 km behind the bus. 4.2 km behind the bus. At 8:15 am, the car was 15.8 km ahead of the bus. 15.8 km ahead of the bus. 15.8 km ahead of the bus. Okay. What is the ratio of the speed of car to that of the bus? Okay, so let's just say bus is moving with x km per hour. Now if I say that bus is not moving, bus is stationary. I say that bus is stationary. So if I say bus is stationary, that means what will be the speed of car? That means car is moving with 72 minus x km per hour. Say yes or no. If I say bus is stationary, that means car is moving with 72 minus x km per hour. So initial distance was 4.2 km. Here this initial distance was 4.2 km. Now bus did not move. Bus is there at its same point. Bus is stationary. So now after some time the distance is 15.8 km. So the car has covered this much of distance with the speed of 72 minus x. Actually the bus is moving with the speed of x. But let's just say we assume bus to be stationary, that means car is moving with 72 minus x, because both are traveling in the same direction, so you can give the speed in the opposite direction. So 72 minus x. So the car is moving with 72 minus x, bus is stationary there. So here the distance was 4.2. Now how much more it has covered? 15.8 km, right? It has covered 15.8 km more. And in how much time? From 7:30 to 8:15, in 45 minutes. So this much he has covered, this much. He has covered 4.2 as well and 15.8 as well. So this much he has covered in 45 minutes. 45 minutes, or what you can say, 3 by 4 hours. 3 by 4 hours. So what is the speed? That means speed 72 minus x km per hour. He ran for 3 by 4 hours, and how much distance he covered? 4.2 plus 15.8. Distance I equated. This was the speed into the time is equals to the distance. So what we will get here? This will be 20, right? 20 for 15.8. This will be 20. Yeah. So and what this will be? 72 into 3 by 4. 72 into 0.75. That would be 54. 54 minus 3x by 4. So 3x by 4 is equals to 54 minus 20 into 4 by 3. So x I am getting as 45.33. From here x I am getting as 45.33. Let me check the calculation. Is that correct or not? Yeah, it is correct. So x is 45 km per hour. This is 45 km per hour. So now you can check what would have happened. That if this was moving with 45.33 km per hour, that means in 45 minutes, how much bus would have walked? Bus was moving with 45.33 km per hour. 45.33 km per hour. So in 45 minutes, how much it would have walked? So into 3 by 4, basically 34 km. So bus would have moved for 34 kilometer. Okay, and the car was traveling with 72 kilometer per hour. So in 45 minutes, 72 into 3 by 4, 72 into 3 by 4. So this car has moved for 54 kilometer. 54 kilometer. Now the initial distance was 4.2. Initial distance was 4.2 kilometer. So now what will be the distance? 54 minus 34 minus 4.2, that means 15.8 kilometer. So this distance would have been 15.8 kilometer. So in this way you can draw the diagram as well, right? And actually they were asking the ratio. They were asking the ratio of the speed. So what is the ratio? Ratio is 72. 72 divided by 45.33. 72 divided by 45.33. Let me check. So they are asking the ratio. So for getting the ratio, we have to write in a better manner. We cannot write 45.33, right? We have to write in a better manner. So from here we will get the value of x as, this will be 34 into 4 by 3. 34 into 4 by 3. So 34 into 4 by 3. 3. Now this and this will be cancelled. This will be cancelled by 4 1 ja 4, 4 8 ja 32. So now this and this also can get cancelled. 17 9. 27 by 17. This is the ratio. 27 ratio 17. So this is the answer. Okay. The answer is this. This is the answer. 27 ratio 17. Okay. Let's see the next question now. Two stations A and B are 1570 kilometer apart. One train starts at 7 a.m. and travels towards B at 80 kilometer per hour. Another train starts from B at 9 a.m. and travels towards A at a speed of this much. At what time they will meet? So A and B both are 1570 kilometer apart. 1570 kilometer apart. One train starts from 7 a.m. This is starting from 7 a.m. and B is starting from 9 a.m. 7 a.m. and 9 a.m. One train starts from A at 7 a.m. and travels towards B at 80 km per hour. 80 km per hour. And travels towards with the 108 km per hour. 8 km per hour. At what time they will meet? Okay. So from 7 to 9 a.m. From 7 a.m. to 9 a.m. only A is moving. Say yes or no. From 7 a.m. to 9 a.m. From 7 a.m. to 9 a.m. to 9 a.m. At that time, the speed of B is 0. Speed of B is 0. B is equals to 0 km per hour because B is not even moving. So A will move for 2 hours. For 2 hours straight, only A will move. So for 2 hours, only A will move. That means A must have covered 160 km. Only A will move and it would have covered 160 km. So how much is this distance now between A and B? At 9 a.m. This is the scene at 9 a.m. At 9 a.m. At 9 a.m. So it has covered 160 km in 2 hours. So what is the scene? 160. So it is 1390. Oh, sorry, 160 km it has covered. So 1410. 1410. Right. Now A is moving with 80 and B is moving with 108. 108. So at what time they will meet? At what time they will meet? So now this is the scene at 9 a.m. One is coming with 80 km and this one is coming with 108 km. If I say that B is stationary, that means what B will feel? B will feel that A is running with 108 plus 80 km per hour. If I say B is stationary, then you have to give the speed in the opposite direction. So A relative it will be moving with 108 plus 80, that means 188 kilometer per hour. So A is moving with 188 kilometer per hour, and how much time it will take? 1404 divided by 188. So in this much of time, the distance between A and B will be 0. That means they will be together. So what is that time? 1410 divided by 188. 7.5 hours. 7.5 hours. So after 9 a.m., 9 plus 7.5 hours. 9 plus 7.5 hours. 9 a.m. plus 7.5 hours. After that, they will meet. What is this time? 3 plus 4, 4.5. That means at 16 hour and 30 minute. 16 hour and 30 minute. At this time, they will meet. This is the answer. 16 hour and 30 minute. That in the evening at 4:30, they will meet. That's it. Did you get this point? 108. It did not start. For 2 hours, it has covered 160 kilometers. Now the distance is 1410. A is moving with 80 kilometers, B is moving with 108 kilometers. If I say B is stationary, that means B will feel that A is moving with 188 kilometers per hour. Now A has to cover 1410 distance. That means it would take 7.5 hours. So after 7.5 hours, A and B will be together. That's it. Okay. Now let's see another important point that is very, very important. The train passing through a pole and the train passing through a bridge or train passing another train. So these three concepts we will see. Okay. Now, if the train is passing a pole, look, the train will have some length, right? The train will have some length. Let's just say the length is L1. And now this is the pole. Now the train is moving with speed S. Now if I say the train has passed the pole, what does that mean? The train has passed the pole. So this is the pole. Now train is moving. That means train is somewhere here. That means it has started passing the pole now. It has started passing the pole, right? Now the train completely gets out. When the train completely gets out of the pole, at that time I will say no, that the train has passed the pole. Let's repeat it. What I am saying, there is a pole, okay? There is this pole, and the train has started passing the pole from here. From here, I will say that the train has started passing the pole. Now the train is going. Will I say here the train has passed the pole? No. Going. Let's just say this is the end of the train. This is the end of the train. So now I can say that the train has passed the pole. Let's just say the train ends at my watch. Okay, the train ends at my watch. So the train started and here it has ended. So now it has passed the pole, right? So what is the length of train? The length of train is L1. That means if the train covers L1 distance, at that time I can say that it has passed the pole. Say yes or no. The train has to cover L1 distance with the speed of S. So this much time it will take to pass the pole. Here what we are assuming that this distance is 0 meter. This distance is 0 meter basically. Basically the train is just about to start. This is what we are assuming. This is the condition that we are assuming. That this is the pole and this is the train. Now it will start. It will cover L1 distance and it will take S time. And it will take how much of time? So to cover L1 distance, it is going with the speed S1. So this much amount of time it will take. Now it has to cover something of, it has to cover this. The train is coming like this and it has to cover the length of L2. This can be a tunnel, this can be a bridge, this can be a platform. The length of this tunnel or platform or bridge is L2. Okay. So train is starting from here. If it is here, I will say that now the train has started to cover the platform. So now the train will cover. If the train has reached here, the ahead point of train has reached here at the end of the tunnel. Will I say that the train has covered the tunnel? No, because some part of train is still there in the tunnel. So it has to cover fully, right? If it has covered like this, like till here, till the end of my watch, that means till the end of my watch is the end of the train. That means the train has covered the distance L2, also itself distance as well, L1. If the train has completely covered, that means it would have covered this distance and from here as well this much of distance it would have covered. So it would have covered this L1 distance, also this L2 distance. So total distance covered would have been L1 plus L2. Here it started and here it ended. So it have covered L1 plus L2 distance. And in the same manner, here in this direction, it has a length of 0 meters. So train must have covered that distance L1, right? So L1 by S1, and here what will come? L1 by S2. Sorry, L1 plus L2 divided by S1. So it has to cover L1 plus L2 distance divided by S1. Okay, so like I have seen 2 to 3 questions are being asked on this concept only, the length of train. So you guys should be comfortable with this. Now what they are saying, train passes a moving person. Okay, so a person is going with the speed of S2 and the train is going with the speed of S1. So what if I say the person is stationary? So what the person will feel? If I say the person is moving with the speed of S2 and train is moving with the speed of S1. And if I say the person is stationary, so what the person will feel? The person will feel that the train is moving with the speed of S1 minus S2 towards me. And in how much time it will cover? Sorry. And so how much time it will cover? In how much time it will cover? It will pass the person, because it has to go the length of L1, right? The length of L1. It has to go the length of L1. I am assuming that this distance is 0 meter. So it has to cover this distance plus L1 distance. So it has to cover L1 by S1 minus S2. What will be the time? The time will be L1 by S1 minus S2, because the man is also moving. So if I say man is stationary, that means the speed will be reduced of the train. Now man is moving in the same direction. So what will be the time? Time will be, because the train has to cover its whole length. So L1 by S1 plus S2. S1 plus S2. Because man is moving in this direction, train is moving in this direction. Both are moving in opposite direction. That means both are coming near. So if I say that man is stationary, so in the opposite direction of the man's speed, that means in this direction you have to give S2 to the train. So the relative speed of train will be increased. So distance L1 it has to cover with the speed of S1 plus S2. Okay, let's see some questions. Two trains A and B are running in opposite direction with the different speed. A and B are running in the opposite direction with the different speed. A and B. The speed of train is 18 km per hour, more than that of A. The speed of train B is, if it is running with x km per hour, then this is running with, in opposite direction they are running. So x plus 18 km per hour. Train A crosses a pole in 32 seconds. Train A crosses a pole in 32 seconds. Train A crosses a pole in 32 seconds. So this would have been the train. This is train A. It crosses a pole in 32 seconds. And its length is 210 meter less than that of train B. So let's just say its length is L1. Its length is L1. Not L1, its length is L only. So can you tell the length of, what will be length L? Distance will be equals to speed. Speed it is moving with x kilometer per hour. X kilometer per hour into time. Time is 32 seconds. 32 seconds. And if you need to convert it in hour, then what it will be? 60 by 60. Understood this point? X into 32 by 60 into 60. This is the length. This is the length L of the train A. Now what they are saying, and of train B, what will be the length? The train B would be L plus 210. This will be your train B. This will be your train B. I need to find the length L. So what will be the distance? Distance will be, distance is speed into time. Speed into time. So speed was x kilometer per hour. For A, the speed was x kilometer per hour, and time it takes 32 seconds. So into 32 divided by 60 into 60. Now if they cross each other in 34 seconds, find the length of A. If they cross each other in 34 seconds, in 34 seconds, They cross each other in 34 seconds. Okay, so basically what they are saying, there is no distance between the both of the train. The scenario is this. This is A and this is B. This is A and this is B. This is of length L and this is of length L plus 210. This is moving with x kilometer per hour and this is moving with x plus 18 kilometer per hour. X plus 18 kilometer per hour. So this is the scene A, this is the scene B. This is the train B, sorry. This was the train A, this was the train B. Now they are saying that they cross each other in 34 seconds. They cross each other in 34 seconds. So better writing in kilometer per hour, I should write in meter per second. Okay, the speed is x meter per second. I will write it in meter per second because everything is there in meter, kilometer. So why should I write it in kilometer only? So kilometer, 18 kilometer per hour, that would be converted in meter per second as 5 by 18. So 5 meter per second. 5 meter per second. So this is the 5 meter per second. So B is moving with 5 meter, x plus 5 meter per second. X plus 5 meter per second. Okay. And this is also moving with x meter per second. So basically this will not come. So length is x into 32. X plus 5 meter per second. Now both of them crosses each other in 34 seconds. So what is the time taken to cross each other? That is 34 seconds. What that would be equal to? Distance between them, that is 12 plus 210. And the speed, what will be the speed I will be writing? If I say that B is stationary, that means what will be the speed of A? 2x plus 5. Say yes or no. What they need to find? The speed of train B is the train speed if they cross each other in the length of train A. You need to find the length of train A, that means you need to find the L value. That's it. We need to find the value of L. So x can be replaced with L by 32. X can be replaced with L by 32. So this is the equation we are getting. Are you able to understand this equation? 34 seconds they are taking to cross each other. A has length L, B has length L plus 10. So they have to cover the distance 12 plus 210. Right? Distance is equals to time is equals to distance upon speed. So distance is 12 plus 10. What is the speed? Relative speed we will take. No, the x is moving and B is also moving. A is also moving, B is also moving. So if I say B is stationary, that means A will be moving with 2x plus 5 and it has to cover the distance 12 plus 10. So that's it. This is the equation that we need to solve now. So 34 is equals to 12 plus 210 divided by 2x plus 5, where x is L by 32. 2x plus 5, x is L by 32. So I will solve this equation and let you know the answer. So the length of train A is coming out to be 320 meter. Okay, let's see the next question. Two trains whose length are 450 meter and 300 meter are moving towards each other at a speed of 162 km per hour and 108 km per hour. The distance between the trains are 300 meter. The distance between the train is 300 meter. Both of the trains are 300 meter away. Okay, the one is having the length of 450 meter and one is having the length of 300 meter. Are moving towards each other at a speed of 162 km per hour. 162 km per hour and 108 km per hour. In how much time the trains will cross each other? What do you think? What will be the time? Time will be, they have to cover 300. Let's just say this train is stationary. This train is stationary. That means this will be moving with 162 plus 108. 162 plus 108. That means it is moving with 270 km per hour. This is stationary, that means this is the relative speed. Relative speed, that is 270 km per hour. And how much distance it has to cover? Its own length plus the distance between them plus the distance of this train. Its own length it will cover, this distance it will cover, and the distance of this train also it will cover, right? So this train is going 300 meter and another 300 meter, then its own distance. So 300 plus 300 plus 300, and they are crossing each other. So divided by with what speed? Sorry, 300 plus 300 plus 450 divided by the speed of 270 km. Okay, so 600 plus 450, 600 plus 450 divided by 270. So in 3.88 hours. Okay, 300 meters, sorry, and the speed are in kilometer per hour. So this is meter, this is meter. 450, 300 and 300, so this is coming out to be 1050. So 1.05 kilometer divided by the speed is in kilometer per hour. Per hour. So this will be the answer in hour. So 1.05 divided by 270, this much of hours, which is very less. You have to convert it into minutes. That means into 60. Let me check. So if you do the calculation, you will get 14 seconds. So in 14 seconds, they will cross each other. 14 seconds is the answer. Okay. Actually, I should have converted this in meter per second. I should have converted this in meter per second. So 270 km per hour divided by 15 by 18 meter per second. It would be meter per second. And then if you do the calculation, answer would be coming 14 seconds. So 5 by 18 I multiplied, so 14 seconds would come. Okay, let's move toward the next problem. The passenger train and a goods train are running in the same direction on a parallel railway track, running in the same direction. If the passenger train now takes 4 times as long as to pass the goods train as when they were running in the opposite direction, then what is the ratio of the speed of the passenger train to the speed of the goods train? Are running in the same direction. Okay, so this is the passenger train, this is the goods train. Let's just say goods train. Let's just say the distance between them was d. Now there is no discussion about the length of the trains, so you can avoid the length of the train now. Okay, you can avoid the length of the train. So passenger train was going with the speed p and goods train was going with the speed g. So if they were going in this manner, then how much time it would take? Now it takes 4 times as long as if they were moving in the opposite direction. So if they were moving in the opposite direction, it would take them t time. Then what will be the relative speed? The relative speed would be p plus g, right? So time t would be equals to distance upon speed. Distance upon speed. What is the distance? Distance is d only upon speed. Speed was p plus g. Now what is the scene? It is taking them 4 times of that. 4 times of that. If the passenger takes now 4 times, if the distance is the same, but the speed is p minus g. Now what you need to find? You need to find the ratio of the speed. Okay, then 4d can be replaced with p plus g, d upon p minus g. From here 4p minus 4g is equals to p plus g. So 3p is equals to 5g. What they are asking? Ratio of the passenger train to that of goods train. So p by g you need to find. Passenger train to that of goods train. That would be 5 by 3. That's it. This is the answer. Very easy. Just I picked this question. This question is simply based on the relative motion. Relative motion. But the thing is, here we do not need to care about the length of the trains because they are not even mentioned. So first time it will take if p plus g is there, and if P minus G is there, it will take four times of that, right? Okay. Now let's see boats and stream. So there will be two words used, downstream, upstream, and also one can also be used, that is still water. Still water. So let's just say this is some river and this is your boat. If the water is still, water is not moving, that means you are moving with the speed of x kilometer per hour. In still water, you are moving with the speed of x kilometer per hour. Okay, this is your speed in the speed of your boat. Now water also starts moving y kilometer per hour. So what will happen? This speed will increase. Your boat will the speed of your boat will increase if water is moving in the same direction. If water is moving in the same direction in which your boat is going, so it will increase the speed of boat, right? It will push the boat to go faster. So the speed will be x plus y kilometer per hour. And if the water is going in opposite direction, that means it will reduce the speed of boat. That means this speed will be x minus y kilometer per hour. Say yes or no. So downstream means going with the flow of water. So boat is going with the flow of water. That means the speed of boat going with the flow of water. So what will be the speed of boat now? Speed of boat, that would be x plus y kilometer. X plus y kilometer per hour. Now what will be the speed of boat if they are going against the water? That would be x minus y kilometer per hour. Okay, so here you cannot apply the concept of relative motion, that your water is moving in this direction, so I will add this up. No, here the simple concept you need to use, that boat is moving in x kilometer per hour and water is moving in y kilometer per hour in the opposite direction. That means the speed of boat will be reduced and the reduced speed will be x minus y kilometer per hour. And you have to remember these words, okay? Downstream and upstream. How will you remember? In downstream, the speed will be increased. Downstream, let's just say if some guy is down means he must have scored some less marks or whatever, something has happened in his life and he is down. So if he is down, then everyone will be supporting, right? If someone is down, you will be supporting that guy, right? You will not be opposing that guy. So if someone is down, we will be supporting that guy. That means the boat is going with the flow of water. So this is the way you can remember. If someone is down, we will be support. So water will be supporting the boat. Down, the word down is coming. He is down, that means he needs support. So water will be supporting the boat. And if he is up, people will go against him. Okay, just like me. Just like people are going against me. So if he is up, then people will go against him, right? So so here what will happen? The water is moving with the flow x. So the boat is moving with the flow x. So water will oppose him. So x minus y kilometer per hour. So now let's solve the problems. A person rows upstream a distance of 55 km in 5 hours and rows downstream distance of 75 km in 3 hours. How much will he take to row a distance of 96 km in still water? So x plus y is let's just say he was moving, this is your water, and his speed in still water is x kilometer per hour. Speed in still water is x kilometer per hour. So he is covering the distance of 55 in 5 hours. That means his speed is 11 kilometer per hour. Upstream means opposing. So he was moving with x, the speed of water was y. Now his speed is 75 kilometer per hour, 75 by 3. His speed is 75 by 3. 75 by 3, what is that? 25. His speed is 25 kilometer per hour downstream. That means water is supporting. So x plus y. So what is the value of x? X is 18. So his speed is 18 km per hour in still water. Still water means water is not moving. In still water, his speed is 18 km per hour. So how much time he will take? 96 by 18. 96 by 18. So 96 km he has to go with the speed of 18 km per hour, right? Sorry, 36. So 25 plus 11 is 36. 36 by 2. 36 by 2 is 18 only. Yeah. So 96 by 18. So 96 by 18. 5.33 hours it will take. 5.33 hours. Or you can say 5 to 1 by 3 hours. 5 plus 1 by 3 hours it will take. 5 plus 1 by 3 hours. That means 5 hours and 20 minutes. 5 hours plus 20 minutes. You understood this, right? 96 by 18 can be written as 5 plus 1 by 3. So 5 hours plus 1 by 3 hour. 1 by 3 hours means 20 minutes. So 5 hours plus 20 minutes. It will take 5 hours plus 20 minutes. Let's see this question. X and Y are 2 points in the river. Point X and Y divides a straight line XY into 3 equal parts. X and Y are 2 points divides in 3 equal parts. Point P and Q divides in 3 equal parts. Okay, the river flows along xy and time taken by the time taken by boat to row from x to q and from y to q are in the ratio of from x to q. So let's just say this is 2 kilometer, this is 2 kilometer, and this will be 1 kilometer. Do you agree to this point? Right, this is 2 kilometer, this will be 1 kilometer, and the river is flowing along the line xy. The river is flowing along the line xy. This is the speed of river. The speed of river is this. River is flowing along the xy line. Now the time taken is 4:5. Then the ratio of the speed of the boat downstream that to the river is equals to the ratio of the speed of boat downstream. So let's just say boat is moving with the speed of b, boat is moving with the speed of b, and river is moving with the speed of r kilometer per hour and r kilometer per hour. So what they are asking, the ratio boat, the speed of boat in still water. This is in still water. What they are asking, the ratio of speed of boat downstream. Downstream means everyone, it will be supporting. So b plus r divided by to that of river current. This is what they are asking. Okay. So what we can do, from point x if you are moving, towards y, towards q, that means what will be the speed? If your boat is moving with the speed of b and river is also supporting you, so here you are moving with the speed of b plus r, and here by what speed you are moving? Here you are moving with the speed of b minus r. If you have taken your boat with the speed of b here, but river is flowing in the opposite direction, so here you are moving with the speed of b minus r kilometer per hour, and here this much, right? And what they are asking, they have given the ratio of the time taken. So in this scenario, the time taken for boat from x to q was 4. So let's just say 4 is equals to b plus r, sorry, 2 divided by b plus r, distance upon speed, and 5 is equals to 1 divided by distance covered 1 divided by b minus r. That's it. So 4 will be equals to, from here what can I do? B plus r is 1 by 2 and b minus r is 1 by 5. So I need to find, from here I can find the value of b and r. So b will be, if I add both of the equation, so 0.5 plus 0.2, 0.7, 0.7 by 2, 0.35. B is 0.35. And what will be r? R will be 0.15. Right? R will be 0.15. So what they are asking, b plus r divided by r. What is b plus r? B plus r is 0.5. B plus r is 0.5 divided by r is 0.15. So 50 by 15, or you can say 10:3. So this is the answer. That's it. We are playing in the ratio. I could have put x here. I could have done this thing x here, but we are playing in the ratio. I'm ignoring the x. I'm just taking that the distance is 2 kilometer, distance is 1 kilometer, the time is 4 hours. This is what I am taking. The time is 5 hours. So distance is 2 kilometer divided by b plus r. Distance is 1 kilometer divided by 1 minus r. So from b plus r is 1 by 2, b minus r is 1 by 5. So 2b is equals to 0.5 plus 0.2, 0.7. So b will be equals to 0.35 and r will be equals to 0.15. They are asking the ratio of the speed of the boat downstream. Downstream, that means b plus r divided by the ratio of the divided by the river current, so divided by r. So 0.5 divided by 0.15. So 50 by 15. So 10 ratio 3. This is the answer. Well and good. So let's solve this last question. This question is based on the race. So in a race of 800 meter, Ram can beat Shyam by 50 meter. In a race of 800 meter, Ram versus Shyam. Ram versus Shyam. In a race of 800 meter. So if Ram is running 800 meter, then Shyam will be running 750 meter, right? Because it is beating by 50 meter. Now Shyam versus Ghanshyam. Shyam versus Ghanshyam. What is that? In a race of 600 meter, the Shyam is beaten by 400 meter. So if Shyam is running, Ghanshyam is beaten by 400 meter. That means if Shyam is running 640, that means Ghanshyam is running 560 meter. Say yes or no. So now the race will be between Ram and Ghanshyam, and the race will be of 400 meter. The race will be of 400 meter. So by how many meter Ram will beat Ghanshyam? So if this race was of 400 meter, let's just say if this race was of 400 meter, so Ram would have covered 400 meter and Shyam would have covered only 375 meter. Do you agree to this point? Because in 100 meter the distance is 50. The distance is 50 meter. So in 400 meter the distance will be 25. Right? And if in 600 meter, if Shyam is running for 600 meter, that means Ghanshyam is running for 560 meter. If Shyam is running for 1 meter, then Ghanshyam is running for 560 by 60 meter. And if Shyam is running for 375 meter, that means Ghanshyam is running for this much meter. Say yes or no. So how much meter is that? So 560 divided by 600 into 375, that is 350 meter. So if Shyam has run 375 meter, that means Ghanshyam would have run 355 meter, right? This would be Ghanshyam. So Ghanshyam would have run 355 meter. So in the race of 400 meter, if Ram has run 400 meter, that means Ghanshyam has run only 50 meter. What does that mean? The difference between them is 50 meter. So Ram beats Ghanshyam by 50 meters. So this is the answer. This is the way of solving the problem, that if this guy runs this much, then how the guy would have run by hit speed. Okay. So Ram was running 400 meter, that means Shyam was running 375 meter only, because if Ram was running 800, Shyam was running 750. So Ram was running 400, so Shyam was running 375. And if Shyam was running 600, then Ghanshyam was running 560 only. So if Shyam is running 375, then that means Ghanshyam is running 350 only. So if he is running 350, that means in a race of 400 meter, Ram would have run 400 meter and Ghanshyam would have run 350 meter. So he would have beaten him by 50 meters. And if my question was, in a race of 400 meter, by how many meters Shyam will beat Ghanshyam? In a race of 400 meter, by how many meter Shyam would beat Ghanshyam? Will your answer be 25 meter? You will say that from here to here, the distance is 25 meter. So Shyam will beat Ghanshyam by 25 meter in a race of 400 meter. No, that answer will be wrong. If I say in a race of 375 meter, Shyam will beat Ghanshyam by 25 meter. Is that answer correct? Yes. In a race of 375 meter, Shyam will beat Ghanshyam by 25 meter. Is that answer correct? Yes, that is correct. So this is how you solve a problem based on race. Okay then, so it is completed. Your time and distance topic is completed. Boats and stream also is completed. So you will be able to solve every single question that is coming in front of you, and whatever that is asked in the gate examination, that we have covered in the PYQs videos as well. So that would be more than enough for you. You don't need to practice much more than this. Okay then, thank you very much.